Lost to Time podcast. This is episode 4. I'm here with Paul King.
AKA the Still City Storm.
Oh, I didn't realize you had preferential entrance.
You call me
name.
I prefer you call me Storm.
Storm?
Interviews, please.
Okay, Storm.
And that's
I'll be Steve.
Hey, what's up,
Flesh.
Steve? Midwest Flesh on the YouTubes and stuff. Yeah, feel free to plug your stuff. You don't have to talk into it.
This is my brother Midwest.
Like and
He's
describe.
on Love Daddy. He loves Pencil Records. You know?
And also Charlie Burgess. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're doing. We're here
He's the one
to
that's dressed
talk
like a
about
bag of hot
stuff, I
fries.
guess. We do adventuring. If you're not aware of that, we go out to Gary and explore stuff and try to document the things as they are now, just in case they change in the future, and or for people that are from the past that are wishing it was the way it was, they can at least see how it is now.
That's what we do.
I'm trying to find where the hell anybody would be leaving comments on this as we're talking about it. I would imagine it would be on here. Charlie, it'd be cool if you monitored that. Can you do comments?
Monitor comments.
Can you monitor comments?
I can
That'd be
monitor
excellent.
comments.
Earn your keep, Charlie.
Oh, all we got is hey guys. Hey Julie. Hey Julie.
Oh,
Hello, Julie.
You had to know that was coming.
hello. 100%. You can buy my T-shirts.
Stop plugging
Oh,
yourself,
hello.
Charlie.
His oh hello T-shirt.
I have Oh Hello T-shirts.
Yeah, we made a logo for
True
him for
story, I've
Christmas.
seen 'em.
Jen
I have
and
my
I,
own logo.
my sister and I made a logo. We found like an Adidas font.
I seen the first one.
Nobody
yeah.
ever applied for the
On Christmas, when you gave us
permission
ours.
for my copyrighted
Thank
material.
you,
but
thank
it's
you all
okay.
you guys for all the subscribers that are going to watch this on my channel. Tell me when am I going to get my stuff now. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's all
when are
that's
you going to
happen.
get your Adidas stuff? Or you mean some merch?
We're never going to have Adidas
Are you,
stuff.
are you talking about merch?
Yes,
When are you going to get some merch?
we've been working on it. All I can say
I'll
is
have you know,
I'm waiting on
upwards of 0 people have bought some of my merch.
That's not true.
I said upwards.
How many people have bought?
Okay, you're going to make me say 3? Dick.
Who were those people?
I was saying upwards of
Who
0.
were those people?
Oh, well, the first one was...
Charlie, we got a moment.
You can't have the audios.
I know. I don't know why it just came on all of a
Charlie,
sudden.
we're having a moment. Go
People
ahead.
keep
What-
asking about
what's
these
your-
Storm shirts.
What's your...
Who are the 3 people that bought your merchandise?
D. Martin on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
And-
First one.
Hey, D.
And then Diane.
Who's
Hi,
Diane?
Diane.
You mean my queen?
I don't know. You're,
Okay.
Look, man, if you have
And who
nicknames
else?
for
Who
everybody,
else?
you're gonna have to like
do.
you're gonna have to write this shit
Everyone
down.
has a moniker.
I need some sort of like, yeah,
Come on.
visual
And who else?
aid.
Who's the last one?
What's that?
Who's the other one?
Let's see. It was what? Oh, you're gonna stand up.
This guy right here.
It was Paul.
I support him in
I mean,
everything he
Storm.
does.
Phil?
It was.
I
it
support
was
everything
Phil.
that-
Phil. That says Phil.
Yeah, it
Hell
says
no.
Phil. It says on my
No, it
screen. It
doesn't
says
say
Phil. I don't know.
Hi, Brainy, if you're watching.
Phil D's.
No,
Love
that
you.
one.
Phil D's.
Oh yeah, no, that one. Yeah, fair enough. That's the Facebook Live
Hi.
one.
And I want to
Charlie,
give a
you're not
special
telling me
shout out
comments. What are
since
going on?
It's just Jen.
What'd she
She wants
say?
to see all 4 of us.
Well,
She could just walk in here if she wants to see all 4 of us.
that's a fair point.
since they mentioned your name, I want to say hello, baby. I love you. And hi to my mom, too.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I love you. Hi, my queen. I love you, baby.
Yeah, I don't know how to get it to where it's all 4 of us because it needs to be
Does Paul know
charging.
he
The
just
phone's
did a
about
Fortnite
dead.
stance. Probably not.
Fortnite.
I thought that was this.
You just did a Fortnite dance? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, all right. I could go with my wife. without
That's my
saying
Steel
that.
City Storm. Look back. I've had it for a while
Oh, don't
now.
do that. Oh, yeah.
You know, this is mainly an audio
Yeah, I know.
medium.
I'm going to have pictures. If you want to see this on just audio with a bunch of exploring pictures, go to my channel. That's what I'm going to be doing. That was in my writer agreement along with the bottle of water.
As opposed to seeing us
A bunch of
talking about
pictures
whatever
or a
we're
bunch of
talking about.
Thumbnails.
Yeah, they're going to be
gonna
thumbnails
be-
or
Or
actual
pictures.
pictures.
Some good ones, though.
It's going to be,
Go ahead, clarify.
it is going to be a little bit of each because I love you all like that.
It's funny.
Could be thumbnails, would be thumbnails, and actual thumbnails. All right, carry on.
Can't just pause and take a picture like a
I'm
normal
pausing right
person.
now. Take
I
over.
love when he said that. Oh, there's my thumbnail.
Yeah, every time.
That is my thumbnail.
There's I'm pretty sure Charlie's busting your balls about that in this.
I used to get them all the time, too.
I don't listen to Charlie
Post
Bust My Balls
office.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to ignore him twice. It was
It
great.
kind of
and then he
comes
said
easy
it
for some
again.
reason. I'm an old man. You guys are,
funny.
young bucks trying to mess with me. I've been there, done that.
There was one part of the episode at the post office that I didn't understand. You were going, it's funny when it happens to me, but not you guys. I didn't know what you were talking about. Like, I missed the
But in
beginning.
general of anything, if I play a prank on somebody else,
Did you? But had something happened?
Huh?
Like, did a
It
thing?
always happens. Everybody.
No,
Just
but I mean,
social
then,
rec being
did
in
you
a
try
van
something
driving.
and we didn't sell
That's what he
it?
was doing.
Even social, if you had to drive in a van with social rec sitting behind you and listen to him for a half hour, I promise you would get out looking to do the same thing. It was about social rec actually pretty much that day. And if you watch that video, all you wanted to do is go
He
home.
usually is.
He covered the whole place, all 3 floors, before we got through the middle part.
Yeah. I just rushed through it just to get it done.
I think
Right.
he wanted to see if
When
there
we
was
were
anything out there
downstairs,
that,
he's like, can you start the van?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we were still there for another half hour.
And he's out there
easy.
drinking my coffee and having a cookie. I mean, life is good. Listen to the tunes.
Hell
We
no.
should have sent him
I'm
down
just
the
busting his
chute.
balls a little bit, but
Why didn't we
he's
send
nuts.
him down the chute?
He wouldn't go. I tried to look at the video.
like,
I
"Man, I'm
asked,
too
actually
cold."
asked him to.
Yeah.
I'm too
I
cold.
would have done it if I wasn't wearing
Dude,
my
fa-
sick track jacket.
My favorite shot in that one is when I'm shooting up the chute and Tony's Slav squatting and the snow's falling on him.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a shot that Charlie was shooting from underneath the slide looking, and you see my
By the
legs. You see my legs straight down
I know
in front
exactly
of
I
it.
can't believe there's a cushion down there.
What about that
Oh,
killer
it
shot I
was.
took of you guys stand up over on the?
Oh, yeah, that was a really good one.
You guys look like
Did
the
you
Beatles.
give that
Like
to
a
us?
catwalk.
Yeah, man. If you watch my channel every once in a while, you know that. Yes,
Dude,
Joe.
I'm
I know you
I'm
don't.
genuinely
I get it.
sorry. I want to
Don't be
watch
sorry.
them.
No,
I don't have time. Like I
It's
have
fine.
to be
It's
editing.
hard.
He's
It
lost the
feels
time.
Yes, I've
I'm lost of time too, but in the middle of 2 o'clock in the morning, I watch your vlogs every now and
I
then.
know, and I appreciate anybody watching. I just, because I've put myself in such a stupid position of do a video every day, and I'm in my
There's not enough
fifth
hours
year
in a day,
now.
man.
Like,
Fair enough.
that's it.
That's
It's
how you answer-
It feels like I shouldn't be like video games. I like video games to a degree, but I don't really play
Can't-
anything
don't have the
current.
time.
But what's the end game? I'm not
Exactly.
achieving anything if I'm
That's
playing
how
a
I feel
video
about it.
game other than within the game, and it's
We
not
actually go out
real
and do it for real life on the weekends. We go exploring. That's better than video games.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but just having the
virtual
things
reality.
edited and put out there, like I'm really happy with 92 views on an episode for a random
absolutely.
vlog. I'm really
Man,
fucking
that's a good
stoked
idea
with that.
for a video game.
What?
An urban exploring video game.
Okay,
Find
but
stuff.
Fortnite in the
Jump
hood.
over
Just
holes
like
in
they
the
got like
floor.
can you wait?
Grand Theft
Only
Auto,
if we
you know,
make
you
it.
just-
Can we make it 8-bit and we all of us have their own characters?
Oh,
So
I
if
do
you're
have my character.
so if you're social rec, you have the backpack and it holds everything.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And
That
like
would
when
What
you
would
walk,
your
awesome,
item
man.
be
You gotta
then?
explore stuff.
I'd be
Find
like,
What would
Cool.
your gimmick be in the
I would
game?
have a camera and a light.
That would be such a cool game, man.
I would
You
always
can
have
explore like they have different cities like or different parts like they do on Grand Theft Auto, you know.
Okay.
And then you do Gary, do Detroit.
It'd be sweet if you could like find
where's the-
shit
any
like
place
you
there's
go into a
abandoned
place and then there's
structures and
hidden
shit.
shit,
A
like
lot of
hidden things to explore within that. Like you got to find a certain door and
Right,
then you get in there and then
exactly.
boom, you've got unlocked this
Oh,
whole other area to explore that nobody's hit before.
I told you
Basements
guys,
and-
together,
oh, man, it's so
together
cool.
we can come up with so many things.
Well,
I always
yeah,
think
but
of
who's
stuff
gonna
like that,
code
man, all the
this?
time.
Who's gonna code this
I don't
video?
know.
Who's
Who's
game?
good-
Mario just
Yeah,
runs
right.
around.
Who's good with
That's
computers
where I-
around here?
That's
Hey,
where my interest drops.
do it
It's
on
just
that
like,
thing
fuck,
right
I
there.
can't code that.
Well, Mario runs around saying it's me, Mario. I'm just gonna run around.
Hey.
And, oh, hello!
Right,
right there.
exactly.
Pop out of nowhere.
Exactly.
My brother
That'll be
said-
his character.
There.
The computer's right there.
Yeah, sure. One,
I'll be on like a dirt bike, like Excite
I
Bike
love
with
that
the
thing,
terrible
man.
graphics.
It could be
Right.
3 squares. It'd be 2 squares and one on top. Like, let's Charlie on a dirt bike.
Funny.
yeah, I mean, like it's.
Yeah,
I
all that
like the
stuff.
idea of it. If anybody out there is ambitious enough to
Gotta-
animate some
You
stuff,
gotta go through the map and
I
find
don't think
batteries
that
for
anybody's
lights.
wanting
Yeah,
to do
batteries
that.
for
But
lights.
if
You
you
gotta
did,
find
We
batteries.
gotta go. Listen.
White
Food.
Castle to get Tony a waffle
Let him go.
sandwich.
Take the leash off. What? Go, brother, go.
You gotta find batteries through the map. You gotta find flashlights,
Different neighborhoods.
different neighborhoods.
You run into
gotta watch out
crackheads.
you gotta watch out. You go in the house too soon, there'll be stray dogs in there. You gotta kill them.
For points.
Yeah. And for batteries.
If you go upstairs and the floor falls through, but you hold on, you get points.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we got Josh watching.
You can
That'd be
even
cool.
just think like, but if you lose points, like your van
wanna,
gets
like,
towed
just
or something
hold
like
that
that.
Like, you can just. You know, you can be in it here, Charlie.
And then you can like lose points, like if your van gets towed or you get
Yeah.
caught or
Yeah,
something like
you
that.
absolutely.
definitely
Or
lose.
you know they can get rid of whatever you got.
Yeah,
on
gotta
you,
dump
money.
your weed.
No, oh, why did you say that? I mean, like take your money out of your wallet. But
Yeah, any of those. Yeah, that'd be
gotta
great.
avoid
You
the
just
school
you
police.
have like
You gotta avoid
you've
the
built
school
up
police.
you've built up your own fucking.
That'd be awesome though.
It's like Zelda.
he just did something great.
It's like Zelda.
Yeah, the
you
school
build
police.
up your inventory, but then you lose it sometimes based on certain
Right.
active incidents. Yeah.
I don't want to be Zelda.
You don't want to. No, you don't
That'd
want to
be
be
cool,
Zelda. You
man.
want to be Link.
It'd be
I
like
want to be the
the
storm.
Legend of
Every
Zelda.
time,
Goldeneye.
every time I collect points on a game, I want a big thunderbolt to go over my head.
You gotta find the golden like artifact or something like a.
the
The
golden
lost
bag.
paintings of Emerson.
You gotta go in and
The
get the,
lost paintings of Emerson.
yeah.
That's how you win Gary.
Yeah,
how
you
you
gotta go
win.
in and take
Oh
all
look, we found the lost painting.
gotta
Then
go-
then you get to secure the building.
And you go in and
then you get
destroy
to sell
school
everything out of
records.
the building and get points.
abandoned school records and stuff. You go, get rid of all that shit.
Then you
This is a
get
great
points.
podcast already.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
What are we gonna talk about on the podcast?
Man, I wanna buy this game.
Come on with it. I want to buy this game. It's not made yet.
I mean, because you would genuinely have to figure out. You'd have to learn about Gary enough to know that those were missing,
Right.
to then be able to
And between
stumble
all of us,
into
we know
them
all
at
that
some
shit.
point.
I lost
Sure.
all my points in my guy. How'd you do that? I went to the wrong part of town at the wrong time of the day.
Right. Well, yeah, no, you don't explore
The
at
school
night. What
police
do you
guy
think?
No, I went at 5:30 and
all my
5:45 it was
points.
dark. And when I came out, I got jacked and I
Yeah.
lost. I got to start all over.
Yeah.
I got to rebuild my character.
And then you can have like different times of year when it's cold, like with snow, and then summer. When
I
it's
mean,
hot,
like, it's
bees flying
genuinely
around.
an
You get to bring
interesting
water in the
concept.
summertime, or you
I
can
would play
freeze.
it. Would you not play this game,
Hey,
Charlie?
I don't
Man.
play video games, but I would play that.
It could
Right.
go
You can
forever.
freeze in the wintertime.
It'd be
You
like-
can need
it'd be like
water in the
007.
summer.
You can go around the world,
Goldeneye.
travel, and do different places. You know, like abandoned places.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
All
that's
over.
such a cool idea.
it feels like hopefully what we would eventually get to do. Like we
Somebody's gonna do
unlock
it.
once we unlock
I feel
Gary,
like-
then we can
Oh, yeah.
eventually go on to bigger and
Exactly.
different things.
Whoever
you know?
hears
I
this,
feel
we
like
want in
Germany
on
would
it.
be
And you
like.
do that in the game, you know?
I feel like Germany would be like the end all of that.
Yeah,
game.
man.
Because
If somebody
there's so
develop-
much from
You ever see the
World War
German
II
explorers?
If
Those,
somebody
they got
develops
cool
this
places,
game, I will
man.
have this podcast on record. I will sue you for everything you have.
We
If
want
you
in.
cut us in, we will be good with that. And I want my character named Storm.
Yeah.
I'd just be
Oh,
Joel.
Josh said Steele's the Gary boss.
Oh,
He's the
thank
Gary
you.
level. You have to beat him in order
Thank
to
you.
keep going.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man,
that,
that'd
Josh?
be such a cool
Beat him
game,
in
man.
what?
Who said that, Josh?
He's like the guy at the end of Star Fox, where you the main end all. Like you have to beat him to win the game.
I never got that far in Star Fox. Sorry, man.
Then Avenged Sevenfold plays and all that.
Avenged Sevenfold.
You guys remember that?
No.
It was like Call of Duty, Black Ops, man. At
Yeah,
the
but
end.
no, like Steel would end like
You
at
had
the
to be the
end
drummer.
at the end of Star Fox, he's fighting like this guy, and then all of a sudden the guy turns into like whatever. Well, then you would be fighting Steel, and then once you actually think you beat Steel, then he comes back as a bat playing Avenged Sevenfold.
And then at the end of it, I do my stand.
I just
And then
ignored
the
it.
video goes with my stand like at the end.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Dude, that's a $1 million idea. Millions.
Anybody rips us off, we will sue you for everything.
Well,
100%.
honestly, I'll play the game.
I'll play it too.
But if you develop
Yeah,
it with
I
us,
might
we
find
will,
some time for that.
we'll be all in.
That'd be so cool, man.
That's a good idea, brother.
Cartoons.
So what are we going to talk about?
I don't
Any
know.
questions out there?
What did you do this weekend?
Me?
Yeah. What was your latest explore? Mike, please get closer to the mic, please.
We went out Saturday. Me and Rob and Butch went out because our social rec because he had to work. We went to the fishery place where the Blues Brothers jumped the bridge.
The fishery?
Yeah,
Calumet
you see that?
Calumet
On the side of
Fishery.
the road?
Yeah.
Okay, historian.
Rob wanted us to go-
I don't know about this stuff.
It's a
What is
really
this?
good place in
Sinker.
South Chicago that you can still buy food.
Yeah.
from.
Smoked
Like,
fish.
really
It'll be
good
up in a
price.
couple nights. I got them all
Anthony
scheduled.
Bourdain did a show there.
You
So
didn't know
there's
about
like
this?
some of it that's abandoned or something?
No, it's an
No.
open fish place.
Oh,
Go
you
there
just
and get
went
fish.
But you
Okay,
still want
gotcha.
to go. Like it doesn't.
And they got
yeah.
pictures on
You
the
eat
wall
on the
of them
curb?
where
Yeah.
they filmed right in
My
front of
friend
it
goes
when
there
they
a
jumped
lot.
the bridge.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go there. I've never been there. I seen Anthony Bourdain.
And if you
there
guys
at
want to
the
know,
time.
I did last night as I did the film. I put the clip in there. Go look on Blues Brothers Jumps Bridge, and it'll show the scene that we're talking about. You see him talking right out the window where Dan Aykroyd's at. You'll see the place that we went and
Yeah.
got something to eat.
They got
So
pictures of Anthony
We actually walked the
Bourdain
bridge
and
and
all
looked
them
though.
guys. They got a
Fine out
painting
there.
on the side of it with the Blues Brothers.
We did
Yeah.
about 5 or 6 pops. We went in an old abandoned building that
I wish I
structure
would've
was
went.
up. We fed a stray dog.
Hey.
I didn't. I gave them their breakfast. I had breakfast with
Diane
Graveyard.
sends us
I
all
think
breakfast
there's-
sandwiches and stuff. And then we see the stray dog. He gives it a Slim Jim. Butch like, the social was like, man, don't give him that Slim Jim. Man, I'll give him like Slim Jim if I want to. This dog was like a wild wolf or something over there.
Right.
And he made us give up all of our sandwiches.
The dog did, or he did?
And every time
Like the dog did.
I want to point out,
he just posted it.
Give me
It's
all your
funny.
sandwiches.
and every time I went to go throw the dog a piece
The dog
of
was cool though, man.
sausage or a piece of the casserole, there was a bite out of it. Can't take these
Before
guys
we gave
nowhere.
it to him,
They're like, here, man. They take a bite out of it. Give it to us. You guys are short, man.
you can tell that dog never had any interaction with
Yeah.
humans.
No.
Go check
he
it out.
He whistled at. Dog didn't even look at him. I mean, he
But he
just
popped
like
out of
real.
nowhere. He just stopped and looked at it.
He looked like a wild wolf
There's
out of
a,
the woods, man.
There's a
Go check it out.
velodrome over there in the south side of Chicago. Like the you know, like the high banked like bicycle ovals.
Right.
I think there's a velodrome over there that's empty.
Man, this one guy was telling me about this place on the south side that has a bunch of Al Capone's cars down in the third level. It goes down below ground, and they could never get these cars out of there. And it's abandoned, and people go down and get in there. And there's all these old cars in the basement.
I'm sure
Covered
somebody's
with
got down
dust.
there. We
That
just haven't
sounds
done it.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be
think?
cool.
Well, speaking of cars, remember how I was talking
God,
about?
that's gonna. I'm already picturing the edit. It's gonna be fucking brutal.
Remember,
I'm gonna shoot so much in slow mo. It takes fucking forever to
Why?
edit the slow mo
No,
parts.
Why,
It just does.
what do you see that we don't see?
All the abandoned cars.
Oh,
like I'm not
oh,
gonna
yeah.
get a
Oh,
billion
yeah.
slow mo panning shots.
my
of
God,
I mean, it'll
yeah.
be beautiful.
It's
so
just who you are,
We're trying to
man.
find out where it's at
No,
exactly. I know about where it's at, and Secret that
I
goes
could
with
probably-
us. He knows about that area, so he's trying to find it. But this guy, I know somebody's been there, and he told me it's amazing.
That'd be a good one for all of us to go out.
People
and
went
do.
down there and spray painted all over everything, the cars and the walls.
remember how I was talking about?
I'd love to see that, man.
what? What you said?
No, Grantham Plymouth Dodge there on
Oh, yeah.
Washington,
Yeah.
down the street from the church.
Why is it on Charlie?
Remember how? I don't know why it's on there.
It's just because he turned it off him before. Go on.
Oh, the Grantham Plymouth Dodge right there.
Yeah.
Remember how we were talking about how there's a car in the basement there?
Uh-huh.
When I was driving past on the way home the other day, the sign's gone. The big sign that
The
says
big
Grantham
sign?
Plymouth Dodge, the massive, it's
Oh,
gone.
my God.
And there's no evidence of it where it was like down.
course.
So
That's big money.
Yeah.
who
Somebody
knows
got
where?
it.
And there
He
was
got
a-
a shot of it in the last vlog.
I've always
on
loved
the
that
Yeah,
sign,
I have a
dude.
pic. There's a slow mo.
I'm pretty sure that's the last
That's probably
shot.
I'm a
the
Dodge
last-
guy,
it's-
too. I
it's
love
gone.
that,
There's some,
man.
It's
there's some
gone
slick
now.
people out there tonight.
I love
You
that
guys-
Thing's
sign,
gone.
man.
I don't know how. I mean, that's huge. You
Yeah.
gotta have a truck to transport
Oh,
that.
for
Not
sure.
like
Maybe
my
even
pickup
a-
truck.
maybe
You gotta
even a-
have like a
Maybe even a crane.
yeah. I don't know how that used car sign was there too.
Maybe
That was
the
kinda
city
cool,
sold
but
it,
that was
'cause
gross.
That's some
Collectors
career
like that
criminal
stuff.
action right
But
there.
it said
Josh asked if you stole the sign, Burgess.
no. I did not steal the sign.
If anybody bought it, I'd probably know who did.
But here's the crazy thing: is there was a sticker on the building that said the city of Gary orders you to stop any work to this building. So I wonder if somebody,
Got caught.
We've seen
taking
a
it.
couple of those.
yeah.
Somebody
But
bought
that
it.
wasn't there before though.
And for the record, this is a cigarette vape thing that I'm smoking. So just
The
make
one
sure.
I'm hitting is weed.
I wish it was. If it is, hurry up, pass it. It's tasty though. It's
I'm
like
just gonna
lemon
drink my tea
flavor.
over here.
What you think? Not bad tobacco, huh? Tobacco in this form. We can't smoke in here, and I'm a smoker. Sorry. One hit. So anyway, let's talk about the adventures we want to hit. I want to do the one that he
What
said.
did you do this? What did you do on Sunday?
I told you guys we went to the abandoned building. We walked
Why are you
up.
glossing over it like it's not topics of conversation?
Well, no,
with
it's
it?
online. It's
Small
go
drink.
see it. It's online
Well,
right
yeah,
now.
but pitch it to them.
Like and
Tell them what
describe.
tell them why they should go see it.
I started a new. Okay, thank you. I started a new series, like the other ones, like the Black Apocalypse. This one is called the Destruction of the Brownstones. There's a lot of them in Gary that I think is really cool to go walk through and kind of look at what's
And what are
left
the
of them.
brownstones?
Big double story made with the brownstone, with the big porches on them.
Are you talking about the ones that we went and saw when the girl from PBS came with us?
No, that's the
No, those are the
Like the ones
Thomas
down,
Edison model.
three-story brick ones. They're not really brownstones.
I call them brown.
Is
I've
there,
always called
is
them
there an
brownstones.
area over there? That, I mean, do you have a picture of one? Like something that
They're
would
all
give
over
me
the
a-
place.
They're
There's
like
a lot
Gary,
in Glen Park.
all the way down 15th Avenue, over by Slavic Club. Those apartments with the little
Oh yeah.
the
there's
little
one.
gun it out,
decks
remember?
on them.
Yeah, so
That's
they're,
dope.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
consider
those kind of
They're,
buildings.
they
Like
almost look like the
tri-levels.
house in Chicago where they're
Yeah, they got their own little
real long
porches
houses.
on
Those
them.
are brownstones.
Yeah.
That's what I've always referred to them as.
Gary
Okay.
Brownstones.
So you said the destruction of those? You're doing a
Well, there was
series
one that
on
was falling apart, so we decided to go in there and look around, and we
There's quite a few of those.
went to the dog one. We went to another one, got denied, and what else did we? Oh, like I said, we went to the Blues Brothers where they jumped the bridge, got some fish, and there's a couple other ones. I got them all scheduled. I edited like 4 of them. I set one for tonight, one for tomorrow, one for the next day. That's kind of why they dropped the way they do. It's not me really putting them online. Like I'm at work doing something and my videos go online.
Right.
I schedule it like that.
Yeah.
Either 10 o'clock in the morning,
Do
2
you
o'clock
have
in the evening.
do you have a schedule that you have on your channel? Like, is there certain times of the week, certain days and times?
No, not at all.
I don't do that
Just
either.
what kind of feels
Whatever
good.
the fuck I got it.
Well, kind of what like feel like, you know.
Probably a good idea to like
Surprise, motherfucker.
premiere them when people after people are home from work in the evening, you know.
Well, yeah,
Kinda
some of my
premiere
it depends, you know.
Almost. That's when most people get on YouTube.
Yeah,
Is like in the evening.
yeah. I try to get
noticed
I
that.
try to get at least 3 of them, maybe 2 or 3 before the weekend. This way, when people are ready to sit down and they find the time, or they're bored, then they want to watch some of the videos. They sit down, they can just kind of knock them out. You got one 3 days ago, 2
We did
days
Demon
ago.
House
one day ago.
yesterday.
I'd like to be more consistent. If I had the resources, I would, but I want to take over my life.
Right.
So, you know.
I know it's not a good call.
No, I know. I watch what it does to you sometimes.
Yeah. It can be stressful, but
But I'm
it's
glad
worth
you do
it.
it, though. For whatever
Yeah,
that
it's
means
worth
to
it.
you.
I love every episode I end
I
up
enjoy
putting
it.
out. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm glad I did that. It's be
I am
cool to
too,
watch
man.
back someday.
I'm a big fan of your channel. I've always
I
dug your
watched it
stuff.
too. My daughter loves watching them.
You want me to do it every day.
I do.
No way.
Some things,
I
some
send you
clips,
what I
that's
get
fine.
And just send it to you. 'cause
But that's fine.
doing my own.
I mean, I think it works throwing, like, just cutting to Charlie Burgess doing random shit too.
Oh, yeah, man. I love
during
it,
the daily
yeah.
It's
vlog.
never
If
just
that's
Charlie.
what you
it's
wanna do,
Charlie
then-
It's the full name. It's never. it's always the full name.
yeah.
It's never.
And it's been
All right,
that
so-
way ever since.
All right, CB.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't.
We call you
Or
CB?
Diffie. I mean,
I
I
always
mean,
call you
he
Diffie.
prefers Diffie.
Diffie really fits you for some reason.
I don't.
Yeah.
It just kind of did.
You look
Right.
Diffie.
I mean, I'm sorry. The second you told me that your ancestry is British, it made
where
me
you-
want to
that's where
go
the name
Charlie
came from?
Burgess.
Oh,
And then it
okay.
just stuck from
We're
then on.
Indians, but we don't want to be called Pocahontas.
It's got that ring to it when you do it like that
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
Charlie Burgess.
It does have a ring.
It's
I'll give
just
you
fun
that.
to say. I don't know. It
I would-
rolls off the tongue.
Not mine. Not my
But then
tongue.
he's Russian. No.
Yes.
It
That's
sounds
the
more Russian to
confusing
me.
part. Yeah.
Slav squatting and the hats that you wear
Maybe the
and
Polish.
Danny
That's the
Lehman.
Polish.
That's what I would have thought.
jumping
Russian.
things on dirt bikes.
It's
like
weird
Germans.
to me when people go,
awesome.
"Oh, you started a trend with Slav squatting." I'm like, "No. First of all, Charlie. Second of all, the Boris.
It was Boris. Yeah, it was 100% Boris, and then
Please do
Like
not
you
use this.
totally started that shit. I had no idea what the fuck you were doing when
I
you.
just brought up Boris one day, and then
Yeah, it
just
was
went
like
from there.
it took off. I mean, it's
And the next thing I know,
ridiculous.
Tony's like,
Sorry
"Did you
about
see this
cussing
video
into
by
it.
Boris?" And I'm like, "Jesus, what?" He's
Yeah, now he was into it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Why did Charlie get the
You're not talking
phone
to
right
the
on
mic.
his face? I gotta look over here to go like this.
By all means, here, hand me
I
the
can't find my
stand.
brother, man. Where's my brother?
Here, you guys take it for a
y'all
little
can get
bit.
it. Yeah, take it.
Take that.
Get it on.
No,
there.
I didn't want. I wanted to put on him.
Well, do what
Now
you
who?
want with it. I don't
Put it on
care.
him.
So,
Not me?
so do you ever take? What are your rules on taking people with you for
gonna let-
adventuring?
I'm gonna let Midwest
I don't
Flesh
like
take
to.
that.
I don't like to.
What, you don't have to talk into the mic. What, I mean, what genuinely like?
I would rather not.
What would your what would prevent you from taking somebody versus what would make you let somebody come with you? Like, do you have any like qualifications that you would go like, oh, if you do this, then fine, yeah, fair enough.
It
But-
depends on where we're going to.
Yeah.
Because what we do, I know how fun it is. You know, I don't mind sharing that. Let somebody experience that stuff sometimes.
Right.
I take my stepson sometimes. You know, my other stepson, he works too much, and like. I don't know. It depends on where we're going, you know, because I don't want
I'm
to be
talking about
responsible for
I'm
nobody.
talking about strangers now.
No,
I'm talking about people that
I
like
wouldn't.
via that have watched the videos and go, I want to go with you.
No, I don't think so.
I'll chime in a little bit on
If-
that.
Go for
you're
it.
If
done-
it's
when
somebody
you're
with
done,
a
when he's
channel
done.
already that does what we do, Yeah, that's a little different. But if it's just somebody,
My,
that looks
my
cool, I wanna go.
qualification is this and only this. If you've never done it before, no.
Yeah.
If you already do this
I don't
and go
wanna be
take your
responsible for
pictures
nobody.
and have something that you've done already in
Right.
this, then you know what you're doing. And you just want to trade places. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you have stuff near you. You've obviously been doing this, so I want to check those out
Yeah,
someday.
that goes hand
So
in
you're
hand.
trading. It's networking.
I'm
cool with that.
And I got quite a few other YouTubers from other places that I talk to, like Farm Hunter from Minnesota, Missouri.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love doing the old farmhouses. That's all he does, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I like doing with my wife. I like taking her. I just bought her a new pair of boots. She's ready, man.
Yeah, ready to go out adventuring.
We gotta find
Absolutely.
some-
That's
I
how
love
we
the
got
old
contacted by
farmhouses.
Tom. He was like, "Hey, would you be Tom McAdam? He came with us this weekend.
Yeah.
He drove up from Louisville,
Oh, the
Kentucky.
guy with the big camera.
Yeah.
That's
man.
commitment, though. He drove 4 hours to come here.
Oh, yeah.
He drove
I'll
up
give him that.
Saturday.
I'll give him that.
Stopped in Indy for lunch. Came up here, stayed the night at a hotel,
somebody-
and then went to IHOP. And I met him there in the morning.
We had a guy
If
come from
somebody
Canada.
if somebody does
Wait,
that,
y'all met at IHOP?
Yes,
and if somebody does
I
that,
didn't eat
and
IHOP.
drives that far,
I picked him. I mean,
you know he's got a passion for it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's
Right.
gonna just do. I mean, it sounds
But
fun,
like,
I'm
I
not
feel
driving
like
all the
a
way up
dick when people are like, "I want to come with you. I used to go there."
It's
And
not
it's
a
like,
matter. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter to me. I think that
It just depends
I've
on
had
who it
bad
is, man.
experiences with it.
I don't want
Yeah.
nobody. if
People are
somebody gets hurt on the
grabby,
field
man,
trip,
and
and
I
you're-
feel responsible for that shit. I took you in
Right.
there, and you're being grabby with stuff.
It's,
like,
it's not like you're in the mall
right?
either. You're in Gary,
I mean,
Indiana.
it's-
Yeah,
You got to watch what you're doing in Gary, Indiana, and people don't from out of town. They don't get that.
Right.
You guys have been there so many times and done so much stuff. You guys have picked up more and more and more and more and more. You know,
Oh, what do you?
I was trying to read it.
and you know, now you guys have got to a level where you guys know how to conduct yourselves, what to do, what to say. There's laws of the land. Gary is unique. You'll never find another city like it. And Gary has unique laws of the land. You got to be
somebody asking about
respectful.
going in Emerson.
You got to be respectful. People don't like that. I don't like being
Steering league in
disrespected,
the
and I
summer
won't
in
be.
the attic.
Is that what it said?
Yeah,
I mean, I refuse.
it's Josh.
Oh.
The camera.
Even in my real life, I refuse to be disrespected. I can play a lot, but in real life, I don't take being disrespected lightly at
Oh
all.
man,
I've been in so many fights and gotten so much trouble over that. But the thing I don't like about the YouTube thing is I think there should be a way that everybody should have to put your picture. Because these people say some things on YouTube. They talk about my children. They talk about me getting killed. They get race cards without, and you know, they just hide behind this
Because,
Oh,
a
hey
circle.
guys, by the way, I totally
the
did
cir-
live in Gary.
a
at some
circle.
point.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a circle in with an initial in it, and I got to listen to that. They're just trying to ruin it, you know. And I don't give into that. I live my life like that,
Haters gonna
and I
hate.
hold down my YouTube channel like that.
Hey
I
man, they
refuse to be
say
disrespectful.
until you have people talking
So-
shit, you haven't made it.
Yeah.
Back to
Yeah,
what the
right?
question was: how do you feel about bringing people with you from out of town and going out exploring?
Well, just in general, like
I
people
feel
you
like
don't know
I'm
personally.
nervous because I don't know
Yeah.
if you're gonna make us stand out, or you could do something that's stupid, or like you said, you're gonna get sticky fingers, you're gonna get reckless, you're gonna go tell people, maybe you go home and edit it and say, "Screw Gary, it was a horror," and make me look bad because I'm on
Right.
film with you.
Right.
And just growing
There it
up,
is.
like you know where we did and everything.
So
we-
you would say then no, you wouldn't want them to be filming or anything? Like you'd rather them just come with and still leave it to you to create what goes out to the public?
and
A little bit. I like to think I'm good with being a people person, and I have taken people out with me, and I let them kind of go out there, and I just kind of watched out over them, you know.
Yeah.
It was like three explorers at once. They
Oh,
were
they're
young
YouTubers,
guys.
though.
One guy, there was two young kids and another guy, and they've been watching the channel. Rob, the Seeker, the guy who's with us now. Man, what a standout guy. He's top notch
Yeah.
guy, man. But we used to talk on the phone like maybe 3-4 months before
Yeah.
he even met me.
Yeah.
And he would name anything I asked
watched
about.
it.
He goes, "Go ahead." He's like, "Go ahead, ask me about
He
the
knows
episode.
all
I'll
the
tell you what you
videos,
did."
man.
Yeah.
And he knew everything what we did, and then he started throwing all these ideas.
So
Then he started going on and on. I'm
Charlie
like, you know what?
Burgess.
Well, here with the whole like people thing, if they're really explorers and everything, they don't have to come with you.
Right.
You can just give them advice. Like if they're helping you out, you know, I never asked somebody to take me anywhere. I just, hey, is it safe to go here? What do I need to look out
Right.
for?
But
You
it's
know?
cool to meet people that you
It's
watch
cool to
on
meet people,
YouTube.
yeah, like meet up at, like maybe outside or just meet somewhere in general. And like I feel like, hey, everybody does it different. So
Yeah.
I'll help you out. You know, I'll give you advice on the spot. You can go there, check it out if you want, but go do your thing. I want to see what you do. I don't.
We do that together.
Yeah.
You go one way, you go
Exactly.
one way.
Right.
That's cool with me.
And one thing that always in my mind too, I don't know if it's the way just being streetwise or nothing. But one of the first things that always pops in my mind is, what if this person like wants to get somewhere and set me up, and they want to take my equipment or rob me? You know what I mean? You never know, man.
Oh yeah, you
The
don't
worst
know.
case scenario
For sure.
shit. Yeah,
Like
fair
man,
enough.
they came right to me. You know what I mean? I don't
Well,
know.
yeah,
I
these
think
people are
about stuff
watching
like
us.
that.
You don't know who's watching our videos.
Think about stuff like that.
People
man.
who hate us watch our videos,
Yeah,
and they
man.
report every little thing any infraction they see. There are people out there, because I've had it happen to me quite a few times, that will contact whoever you're talking about. Say if we found a license. I found a driver's license in a building, and I flashed over it real quick without being smart about it. And that person contacted me because somebody watched them, and they took the time to go find them on Facebook and tell them to go watch this video and give them a link. And then next thing you know, I'm in it with
You're
somebody's
the bad guy because somebody stole their ID and left it in the building.
Exactamundo. This
Yeah,
urban
but-
explorer is
but-
a new grounds, man.
However, who are you really the bad guy to in that scenario?
I don't think
Nobody
I am.
that it matters at all.
Right, right.
You got to take that into consideration. It
my heart's
doesn't
in the
matter.
right place, so that's all that matters to me. My
Yeah.
heart's in the right place.
Right.
You know, I
You
screwed
took
up
the
too.
time, gas to take that wallet.
I screwed up quite a
You
few
did,
times. I had
man.
some guy walk up to me about filming his property with all the old cars. I took it down. You know, the way he approached me, it wasn't cool. You know, we
Because
all-
yeah, cool old cars in there, you know.
Right.
yeah,
From
but all,
outside.
I mean,
You
I
have
get
the
it.
right, you have the
That's-
right as long
yeah.
as.
and I looked at him. I said, "I'll decide if I take it down or not."
he wasn't
I
in there
decided
to do
take it
property.
down.
Well, if you're not on the property, then you can do
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
you can
I don't
see
want
it.
the people, Gary, to think that I would not, because it could be anybody that happened.
No,
to.
everything's on a one-on-one basis.
It's all
honestly,
about
like
respect.
it's all at that moment. If yeah, I mean, you decide based on how the interaction goes.
You know, a wise man told me that's why
'Cause
Aretha
the guy could've
Franklin
been a dick
spelled
and-
out respect in the song. R-E-S-P. What's the rest of it? You know the rest, but that's why you spell it out.
Isn't that like a
Because
Sinbad
respect
joke or
is
something?
everything. If you don't have respect, you got
bad
nothing.
I can't say it. I can only sing it.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah.
Wasn't
I'm
it?
just kidding.
He
I went to
said that's
Wallace.
a
Jeez, I
bad
know how
joke.
to spell.
Oh man.
Class 84.
So yeah, so he drove up here. We went to Tony's.
They
We
seem cool.
we went to Wallace for a bit, and it's basically
Then bam.
we are done with the.
Oh,
we've completed
yeah.
the schools. Like that's basically
Let's
the
jump on
gist
that for
of
a
it.
minute. Go ahead, jump on. I know you want to get on that one.
Schools are done.
We've completed. Jesus Christ! It scared the shit out of
Who
me.
put this song on? It's annoying to do that.
You want to make sure you can spell it?
This is. Okay.
Oh, I skipped it. All right.
That's all right. You can't monetize now.
That's all right.
man.
Yeah,
It's
we
good.
can't now. We're
Right,
done.
exactly. You
Okay.
ruined
Ooh,
it.
what
No,
you
you
want?
didn't.
That's called a 30 seconds too late music cue.
You only got about 11 seconds in your
Well, I
good.
have to. I have to.
I know, just trying to. Oh fuck! Respect. How do I get that?
It would have been better if you'd have played the part that actually said R-E-S-P-C-T.
Right,
That's
but
what I
go.
thought it started out, but apparently I was wrong.
Funny.
Haven't listened to it in a minute.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I say we cover real quick, like a one coat of paint, the fact about the schools.
Well, no,
What do you say?
I'm just
You're
saying
done.
that we have finished
You're
the
done.
school. We have finished them. We've
Wow.
captured all 29 abandoned schools.
Wow.
So, like, basically, I have all the footage that I'm gonna get, and there's many that I haven't edited yet from 2017. Like
Wow.
shit that Ivanhoe, for
Sure,
example.
right.
So there will be many more. Like, there will be one for each school, and then I'm gonna do a documentary type thing about all of them with the help of obviously everybody. You know, information wise, we have all that information that we have to sift
History.
through
Library.
and try to find
There's plenty of
just
stuff we can get to.
yeah. So we will be putting together like a definitive thing as far as to capture this moment in time, like this 2-year span of the Gary schools.
I think what I love
and
about
that's
it-
pretty. We're calling it a day because we could go back a million times, and why? Like,
we
you
got
know
it.
what I mean? Like we
Right.
nailed it already.
Pass me the rock. That's
we've-
your cue.
We've got the. We're done. So
Yeah.
that's
Here,
all you.
I want to speak real quick for the channel, not for their channel, for the Steel City Storm channel. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know me and my brother have discussed this, and he's sitting right here, so here it is. We at the Steel City Storm channel have decided we have heard backbeat, the word on the street around the campfire and all that is we are not do not want us to do any more schools. Vandals and scrappers and people who would have no respect have destroyed these schools. They're tearing them up, and the Gary police and authorities are not happy about that, which they have the right to be. So we have decided upon ourselves, after word getting to us about staying away from the schools, we will no longer be doing any Gary public school facility, no matter what it is, on the Steel City Storm Channel. Besides, there's so much more out there. The ones we got is because we were able to just walk to the door. The ones we don't got is ones that we couldn't find a way in or we never got to. But there'll be no more school videos on our channel. I just wanted to clarify that.
I mean, it makes sense though that they would want to keep the explorers out in the sense of like, if they're going to try to target the scrappers and actually
Well, they're
go
slipping
after
in with
them,
us.
That's true, too.
then
They're
why
slipping in
not
with
stay
us.
the fuck out of
Yeah,
the way?
like
You know what I
so,
mean? Like,
yep.
if
That's
they're
right.
because
I hope they catch them all.
if anybody deserves to be fucking caught,
It's
it's
the-
scrappers.
I hope they catch
100%.
every scrapper and every vandal out there.
Well, I mean, look at the video
Dumping
sent you the other
garbage,
day. There was
setting
tire tracks
fires.
going backed up to Lou Wallace. There was in the snow. There was tire tracks backed up to the front
To the
doors.
front door.
I hope they
Unloading
catch
stuff.
them all.
I mean,
Yeah, there were desks sitting right inside the front
We
door.
won't
That
take a
was
piece of
never
paper
there.
off the wall, but these guys go in and rip the walls out and
knock the
bust
floors out, bust the whole
Set
floor down
fires.
the
That
hallway.
last one, they knocked a piece of the brick off the
And you know what?
top.
Yeah.
I love doing the Gary schools because we went to Gary schools.
I went to
had
that
a
school. How did
blast
I
going
feel?
to
Yeah, that's
school,
gotta
going
be.
up there.
I can't imagine for you.
It was a
guys.
blast going to school when we went there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
that's my high school.
And it's just the,
it's part of
it's
our
the-
childhood,
You know,
man.
it's for me. I went to, you know, I
Well,
never
that's
had
okay.
anything like that. But I would have loved to have gone to school.
Yeah,
with
you
the
know.
it's got so much history.
Yeah, man,
But,
they don't build schools like that
You know,
anymore.
we were respectfully and politely asked
The architecture
to
in those
leave the
places,
schools
man.
alone. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We were respectfully
Respect.
asked to not do that. So we're going to respect that.
I get it.
that's that.
I get it. I get it. It makes sense.
I mean, it's like
like I said,
we weren't
we're
doing
done
it, yeah.
anyway.
We
They're
weren't
very
doing
cool.
we weren't doing it for any malintent. Like,
Right.
No.
like I could sit here and tell you the history on a lot of these schools, and I never went to any of them.
Right.
But I love the history of them.
Dude,
but
yeah.
they'll be gone.
out of
you know,
yeah,
Like-
they'll be gone, which sucks. But out of respect of what we were asked,
Right. And the city of
No,
Gary,
but I
all-
mean that's why we did it.
all
We did it because this
tasteful.
shit's gonna be gone someday.
the city
Yeah.
of Gary has been very,
and like it shouldn't
very
just
cool to all of
disappear.
us.
Yeah.
The city of Gary has been very cool to all of us, and I just want to make sure that they know that we feel the same way
And
back.
the police are doing a
I
good
don't want
job.
no
What do you mean?
problems.
I wouldn't have any fucking content that
right.
anybody gave a shit about
Right.
on my channel.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the stuff that we were
That's right.
exploring out
And they're
there.
very cool.
You know what I mean?
The police
Nobody's
officers we
nobody's
ran
been
into 'em.
shitty with us at all, ever.
The Gary police
Like,
are doing a
Yeah,
good
we've
job
run
in
into
Gary
it.
too, man.
That's right.
It's
That's
it's
they
before
got a
I
lot
couldn't
to
even
deal with,
think
too.
about doing this what we do without something happening to us being so dangerous. But now they've really like it seems like they got kind of a hold on, you know.
Well, I mean, if
I mean,
they're
there's still
looking
the
after
crime,
the
but they
schools
can't
better
be
because of this, because of the fact that there were videos out there that people could see and tell them to
Yeah,
fucking
that's-
stop, to stop people going in there. If they're going to do something different, then that's something, right?
Right.
Out of 400 and something
That's got to
videos,
count for something,
Yeah.
right?
So you urban explorers from everywhere else, you better stay out of Gary schools.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
gonna go to
genuinely,
jail.
like
They said
they're not fucking
it's all,
around.
they're off limits, man. There's
You
a
should
lot
just
going
not
on.
go there.
There's a lot going on with the state stepping in with the Gary schools and
Yeah, that
it's
gray
just-
area of who owns
right
what.
now.
Well,
It's,
they're trying to change, and
Yeah,
I think
and
the
they're
first
doing a good
step to
job.
it is to change the image, and that's what they're trying to do. They don't
and,
want.
and people say bad stuff about the mayor, but you know I've seen a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
she
she's-
got this. She
she's
pretty
doing
much
some
got
stuff.
elected into this.
Everybody now has just had everything.
I've seen a
dumped
lot
onto
of
them.
improvements in Gary,
Right.
man.
Well, the people who are trying to clean it up, like
Yeah, yeah.
They're not the same people that
No,
allowed it to
destroy
get
it.
into the shit
Exactly.
condition
they,
that
Exactly.
it is.
they got thrown into the shit pile, and they're doing everything they can with what they got left.
If we were
with.
doing what we're doing in another city, how many times do you think we'd have been in jail by now?
Right.
Well, but here's the thing: we couldn't do what we're doing in another city.
'Cause
It's an anomaly.
There's
that's
none like
why
it.
We
Yeah.
just happen to live near here.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like that's it.
We
It's
just happen
there.
to be from there. I mean, look at
Right.
basically I look at it like going back to my childhood. And that's what it is. It's my hometown. I'm born in Gary Methodist Hospital or Mercy Hospital.
Yep.
Franklin Bailey Lou Wallace is where I went to school at.
Carver.
He went to Carver School. I went to Kennedy King School. I know my friends and everybody from Roosevelt, West Side, Horseman, all those places.
Word.
My mom went to Horseman
So she
or
was
Emerson. We know people that from all over.
I was
And that's
born
been-
at Gary Methodist.
See?
I lived in Gary for a few months
Well,
back
girl,
in
This is my
2001.
I didn't leave Gary till I was like 25 years old.
And you
know,
still you
32nd
get Gary
in
in
Georgia.
you know. It's
See, I'm
you know, a lot of
the
people
one-
don't
35th in
don't
Connecticut.
care about Gary anymore. You know,
No,
we still
see-
got passion for the place, even though it's in the shape
Well, because
it's
it's
Yeah.
going to eventually turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
has
is.
to.
If
wait
they
to
could
see
just
it.
get rid of the stuff that is there decaying,
Yeah.
it would create the possibility for fresh start.
don't
Which
have
is
to
what our
necessarily-
mission is, isn't it?
But they
Well,
don't
it
necessarily have to get
wasn't.
rid of it. They can clean it up though.
It
'cause-
wasn't always.
Most of those
Look
houses,
at that.
man.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
here-
getting there.
Those
look
abandoned
at-
I'm
houses.
not going to let you off without talking about
No,
that.
look at Cook County Hospital in Illinois. How much they're taking that old hospital that was abandoned and they're revamping
Repurposing
it.
it, yeah.
They're turning it into something.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
What
structure
are they
is still
doing with
there.
it?
I think they're turning into like condos or a hotel or something. They're doing a huge thing, but they're saving the building. I mean, the inside's obviously not everything's gonna be able to
It can be
save,
done.
but they're saving the building. Stuff
Right.
can be done. So if you
The
bring in,
structure's solid.
yeah, I mean, some of the structures are shot, yeah, but they can still do something with
Look at the
them.
police department. But how they made that work. with
You're
that
not
building.
talking
Yeah.
into the mic at
That's
all.
okay.
It's not. People want to hear you
Yeah.
if you're. If
They
you're-
don't really. I'm trying
Yeah.
not to talk so much. It's just my nature.
But I mean, see, and I come from the other end of it. You guys live there. I've lived out like Cherville. I've lived in nicer areas my whole life where everybody has told me not to go to Gary.
Right.
Gary's terrible. Gary's bad. But my
people
thing
that
is
know
like,
Gary.
there's so much history to it. And I love history. It's hard not for somebody who loves
Yeah,
the history.
that's
It's
how I
hard
am
not
about
to
it,
be
too.
attracted to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's history in
Because
these
the
like
architecture
well,
and
there's
the way
history.
they built
There's
stuff
there's
back
some
then.
history in St. John. There's some history in Cherville, Highland.
We got a
Crown
lot of
Point,
famous
Griffith,
people and important people came from Gary.
but there's so
Lot.
much more history there. Crown Point
Right.
has its history with the courthouse
Yeah.
and that. But all the other towns in Lake County, they don't have the history that Gary
Not
has.
Gary.
And
Not like Gary, man.
everybody talks about how great it was used to be, and like I think when I'm there, I try to picture what it used
That's
to
what
be.
I always do
And
that.
I would love to have seen it when it was
My
in
mom
its
used to
prime.
push us downtown Gary, down Broadway when there were
Yeah.
strollers and stuff. You know.
I remember shopping at Harvey's, going upstairs and thinking it was the
Harvey's.
coolest place in the world.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I never, but I love that history part of it, and I respect it, and everybody who grew up there, and the people who live there now. Like,
It's really strange to go back to your own home, man. Like, what were your first moved to?
I have faint memories of going. I think it was Palace Theater when I was
Yeah.
a little kid.
We did see Bruce Lee, Return of the Dragon.
Yeah, man. I remember
Our
being up on the
babysitter
top
took
of
us.
the floor.
yeah, I mean, you got like Crown Point, Dillinger was here and stuff, and they filmed the movie here. But what other town in Lake County has had like? I mean, you've had the presidents used to campaign in Gary.
Yeah, man.
The presidents. You had
Oh, yeah.
Frank Sinatra at the not Palace Theater. I'm sorry, Memorial Auditorium. Frank Sinatra was there.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you've had some big famous people
Yep.
who came from. Everybody
Gary is
says
beautiful.
what is good has come out of Gary. There's actually, if you look it up,
We
there's
got
a lot more.
Blackula.
Yeah,
And Michael Jackson
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
there's so much that has came out of it. Just people, they
and Joe Jackson.
That's right.
put
Yeah, I
that-
mean, I don't know. It's tough because like you
And
want to
Ruby.
try to figure out what happened,
yeah,
Fred
but
Williamson.
there's so many
things that could've-
so many variables to try to put it all in place,
It
and
cost so
then,
much to run a city when the mills went down, the housing, and people couldn't sustain the income.
but the mills
to hold
didn't
them up.
necessarily
And that
go
was it.
down.
Well, they
kind
kinda moved to
It
East
was
Chicago.
just- they were paying the same, but I couldn't figure out what they were saying.
You ever
about
seen
the
Marktown
mills.
in
yeah, Marktown and Whiting there, or
why they built
well,
that for the people who work in the mills?
Yeah, so they
it's
were, like,
basically
close.
what the whole city of Gary was built.
Yeah, to build for the mills.
All right.
That's it right there in a nutshell. And
Well,
all
then-
that money, you got to have nice things.
Yeah.
The train station, the Palace
Exactly.
Theater.
Well,
People want to
theaters
spend
all over
money.
Gary back
People
in the
want to
day.
go out and spend their money. And those old films of Gary are so awesome.
They are.
Allison,
Well, and I
Allison
think-
has said we have watched so many Gary documentaries. I love the history of Gary, and it like
That's right.
hurts my heart to
Yeah.
see what's happened and
Yeah.
what's left.
And I feel like the whole.
The history's so rich, man.
We're the modern
they
day.
they say that it was white flight too. You know,
Yeah,
that-
that's mixed
but
in there.
it is mixed.
Eh,
But I don't
people
want to
always
get in.
label
I don't
and
want to get
shit,
in that
you know?
part.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. There's so many different
but
factors that
I
you can
feel
try
like
to
too part of that was
account for.
the race. There used to be all that racial tension in there,
Yeah.
and they pushed. You know, they pushed all the colors. You guys have to stay in this area. They didn't
Yeah.
want
Which
them
was
in that area.
terrible.
Which is
That was
terrible. Which
so
is terrible.
wrong. Looking
But
back, I'm
what-
embarrassed.
But what that leads to is then once, you know, they want to go to the areas where they're told not to go.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It
I've read
was
about
like-
That's
that.
like telling your daughter not
I
to date
cringe
somebody.
every time I look at
wants
that.
She
to
wants
date
to
him
do
more.
it. So
Yeah.
that's
People are
and
people,
that's
you know.
100% people want to blame it on that, but it's our it's not our fault, but it's other people's faults for pushing them to stay in that area.
Right.
If they want to push them to stay in that area, if they would have just let them, then everybody could have just coexisted, and there wouldn't have been
That's
this
a part
issue
of it.
My dad told me why he moved out of Gary the other day.
Why is that?
to get away from the family. Then he said everybody followed him a couple years later.
And there's another theory to put on top of yours one more time to layer what you just said.
Yeah.
There's a theory of everything you just said. Let me just add to that, okay? And once Mayor Hatcher won the first black mayor of the city, and he was trying to, change things, because they were wrong. I do not agree with any of the things the way that Gary ran the city. When Mayor Hatcher got in office, I think that a lot of radical people got in there and just kind of wanted to say it's ours now.
Yeah.
And it caused
Times were
tension.
different back then.
But when I was going to school, I never knew the difference.
Yeah,
I never knew. I have so many friends of different colors. I can't imagine thinking that stupid and ignorant is to tell somebody you can't go to this bathroom.
Yeah.
You can't go to that.
No, it was
I'd be mad
crazy.
too.
There was
right.
what about the protest there was? I didn't realize there was protests at Frable. They had the walkouts and stuff at Frable because they didn't want the school to be, they wanted they wanted it all set, and it was like,
Right.
it was crazy to think of that.
Don't
I mean,
blame-
it's even
don't-
crazy to think that
But
like
all that hate shit was taught. It was taught.
That's
yeah,
right.
It's all
it was
taught.
terrible.
And it was all
Put
wrong.
two little kids together and see how they react.
Yeah.
They don't
to-
know.
It's
They
wrong.
They
know
don't
any
give a
better.
shit.
I'm just glad I didn't grow up in those
No.
times.
I'm
Well,
glad my
here,
mama
look-
raised us different than
But
that.
look how
Right.
it even was. You had
Just be kind to people.
Not
How
only was
fucking
it-
hard is that,
Right?
really?
Yeah, man.
But things were separated
Yep.
then not only by color, but
Empathy,
look
you
at
know?
Horace Mann and look at Emerson. They have two separate gyms. Why? Not because they wanted to have two separate gyms. There was a boys' gym and a girls' gym.
Right.
They didn't even want them to have the same gym class together.
It's never a
Look
black
at
and white.
Dunbar Pulaski.
Yeah. Two separate schools.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
never a black and white
Segregated.
thing though, because there was immigrants of
My grandma went
Irish,
to Dunbar
What am I
Polish,
Pulaski
saying,
back
man?
then.
That's awesome, man.
everybody, even amongst the
They had
whites,
their
the
own
blacks, the
neighborhoods.
Puerto Ricans, the blacks,
You
the
got any
whites.
pictures?
It doesn't matter.
No.
I don't think
Everybody
she
had their own
would.
neighborhood.
I'll
They
ask
all
her.
Polish,
breaking a fraction of what you believe in.
Exactly.
We can have a bunch of white people who believe in one thing, and a bunch of other ones that don't, and a bunch of other ones that
It's
you know.
all-
Yeah.
You got all that all around, and that's what it is. I think that as far as the race card and all that, I've never played it because I don't see it. I never have. But
Well,
looking
can you
back,
play it?
no.
I don't. How
too
do you
weak for
play
me.
the race
Some
card?
of my,
I just answer to whoever that person is. I respect them as a person, not their color.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of
Not
my
their
best
age.
friends
Not
growing
their
up,
male man.
person I would.
You have people with the politics. You know what? Believe whatever you want. As long as you don't push it on me or give me you can believe
That's
in
like
whatever you
religion.
want. But anything, religion, do
right.
whatever you want.
It's the same thing.
Whatever
Let me
makes
believe
you
in
happy.
Whatever, and I have friends, we're complete
Yep.
opposite beliefs, whatever. But we have stuff in common, whatever.
Well, complete opposite opinions.
Yeah.
Like when people don't believe facts, that's weird.
Yeah, that is
like that's
weird.
hard to deal with.
But you know what? If you don't want to believe the facts, then whatever. As long as you don't push, as long as you don't push that stuff onto me and
it all
give
the
it,
time.
believe in what you. I mean, if everybody just minded their own and just let everybody
Yeah.
believe in what they believed in, we wouldn't have that. Never would have been a thing.
Just be a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah, it's
And
super
just
easy to
look
show
at that
empathy and
neighbor.
compassion. you
How
know?
can you
Treat people
even,
how you want to be treated.
how can
and
you
you'd
treat
be
an
all right.
older person or a young child terrible the way that some people do? We're not talking about now because everybody treats everybody terrible. It's not a matter of what color you are. It's a matter of what's in your heart, and you got to be kind. You know, you got to be caring because
It sounds
that's
like
just
an
the way to
after-school
be, man.
special. Just
It
the
is.
tone, just
I'm
the,
a tough guy now. Don't
cadence
get me
is
wrong.
special.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared to lock up with anybody, but I would much prefer 100% to just be friends and talk it out.
That's
No,
right.
yeah, for sure.
That's the way it is. And that's what's wrong with a lot of the world. Everybody pulls out guns now. Today, as I was leaving to come do this, I heard about some lady, 55-year-old mother, getting shot on the highway with children in the car.
Yep.
I just heard about
I
it on the
just
way.
seen it too,
It's
on the way
terrible.
there.
It doesn't matter who
my
you
own
are.
work.
You're bad seed, you're a bad seed. And some of these people get it from their parents, I guess. It must
Oh,
be.
I mean, all that shit. The base knowledge that you have as a human comes from your parents.
So,
you
point fingers all
learn
you
to
want,
be a
but
good or bad person
Right.
based on their actions on a daily basis.
I won't allow nobody to point
Look
a
how
finger at me.
quickly they imitate you.
That's right.
River. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like by 4, she's already imitating both of us. Like you see it, and it's like if your shit's not there, like they're gonna be picking
Yeah,
up
oh,
on
yeah.
doing
If you're
the
brought
same
up
shit.
around arguing,
That's how mine
fighting,
are, man.
and whatever other terrible thing is going on in your life, you're gonna think that's
If you're
normal
brought
because
up
you're
around
able to deal with
hate,
it.
Yeah.
able to
you're
deal
gonna
with it.
think that's the way it's supposed
Yeah.
to
It's
be,
a terrible way to be, man.
right?
I know people
What a
like that.
waste of energy.
I stay away from that. People suck my soul with that.
Individual people, I can hate. Fucking
Yeah.
Ben Stevenson
reason-
if I don't like if that guy's a dick. Fuck that guy.
Right.
But like, I would
Yeah.
never be like, I don't like this group of people.
Yeah.
That's such an
I hear
ignorant
you.
thing to say because
Yep.
like everybody on an individual basis,
Tell you
every
what.
single interaction should just be that. Like
If you don't, I see a lot of people.
Judgment should be like that.
They hate someone or they don't like them, and they put so much energy into hating them.
Right.
If you hate them that much, then why pay any attention to them? Pay attention to the people you do like. Give them.
That's right, man.
Why are you putting effort into hating?
That's like growing up,
Yeah.
Some of my best friends ever in the world that I would trust my life with were black.
Yeah.
I was accepted into a black church. I was the only white kid in there, baptized Terrytown Baptist Church, man. I used to go there, man, every Sunday. And,
we just gotta preach in the comments.
Yeah, and they never ever judged me. It was cool, man. I'll never forget that.
I used to be real like.
I enjoyed going there. They had drums and guitars.
I never really judged people out loud, but I was judging my head, and now I kind of I've taught myself all right, you don't know what that other person until you know that other person. Don't judge them. You don't know what they went through. And like me, I go to the gym. Like I came from the gym. And you see some of these bigger people in there, and you're like, you want to look at them and be like, but you're like, you know what?
They're fucking trying.
They're in the gym. They're in the gym. So you got to give them credit. At least they're trying.
Right.
You can't judge somebody just because,
For
you know
sure,
what I mean?
man.
So it's,
I hate that.
Why be judged of a person in a big house with all the money if you're happy being poor in a little trailer?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Some people,
it doesn't
they
matter.
don't care. That's why, some
That's
people
right.
who have money, like I grew up in, Tri-Town area, bunch of people have money, and they look like, oh, that person's broke. Okay, but if they're broke, if they're happy, what does it matter?
matters,
Maybe
man.
they don't
I
want.
hate watching people judge people and pick on people.
Yeah.
I always hate
So
that.
we want to
I was like
stand
going
tall
to
in
school,
that.
man. I 3 or 4 times I've been suspended for beating somebody's ass for picking on somebody.
Yeah.
You don't pick on somebody because of color or how much money they got.
No, it doesn't
or,
matter.
Or
We all get put 6 feet down at one point in our career.
man. I love that shit, man. I used to love it.
Urinate.
No,
you're not an 8. No,
you need
I
to
got to
pee.
urinate.
You need to urinate. Yeah, okay.
I say urinate.
Yeah,
Like maybe 5.
yeah. That doesn't even make sense. Why would you be rating me out of 10?
Don't use that in your vlogs either.
Hey, Steel City, why are you rushing to the bathroom?
When he gets the European.
Are you European? We're just gonna throw that in there.
I remember my boss say that one so many times to people. It was funny.
Oh man.
So what are we gonna do next, man?
I say we the weather's kind of crappy, and I feel like if we go,
Should we focus on some of the editing that we got?
we're gonna.
I have a pitch. I'm sorry I asked you a question, then cut you off and tell you what I was thinking anyway.
Go ahead, let's hear it.
So I was talking to Tony about it, and it was like, why don't we go to his house? And we have all that information, and we could start narrowing it down by school and doing sticky notes in the book, for which one it's color coded or some shit, and then we can start putting together the definitive lost to times on each school.
Yeah,
There you go.
narrow down and
With
make an
voiceover,
actual,
you could do some voiceover. You know what I mean? We can mix it up in that regard.
Another thing too, while the weather is not. Oh come on!
Can't wait
For
to see those,
fuck's
man.
sake.
You guys
Over
finish
here.
them.
Right.
We
My
can-
mom had this great idea
Can't wait to see
about how to show each one as they're closing because I want to do them in the right order.
Oh, yeah.
She had this idea of a map, an overhead view of the map. Look at you on the fucking screen there. That's you.
Yeah.
Bad.
So an overhead view of the map, and then an X on each one as it's
That
going.
would be cool.
And then fucking zoom in on the next one.
Yeah.
So we could pull shit
Oh,
from
that'd be awesome,
Google
man.
Earth and zoom around and.
You should use your target.
Actually, this past weekend wasn't. I mean, when it was
Oh,
snowing, it was
man.
fine. But this past weekend, where stuff was wet and then frozen, it was stuff. It was slick.
Man.
So it's not that enjoyable because you've got to be. Not only you're being careful of where you're at and what you're doing, you got to be very careful walking because
Right.
everything's
Man, he's
slick
got
and
his
all
own
that.
coasters and
We could
everything.
take the weekends where it's not.
Instead of X.
That's Lost. This is from the show Lost.
Hey.
Which, if you have not watched the show Lost, why have you not watched the show Lost?
Have you watched it?
And instead of X on the map, like you were talking about, well, these.
Yeah, exactly. Boom, and just cross it out.
Man.
I
Yeah.
say we
Lost
should
the
get some.
time.
Yeah, it's
we-
been
Yeah,
lost in time.
man.
Stamp
Boom,
it, like-
stamp it.
That'd be awesome. I always wondered where you got that. It was I thought it was like a dojo.
It's
type.
I thought
it's
Dharma
it's
was
a
that cartoon.
Buddhist or an old religious kind of a symbol. So
I've seen this in
so it's-
dojos and stuff.
So it's free,
different ones.
it's not
Okay.
copywritten per se.
Right.
Yeah.
So it can be used for anything.
See, I always thought it was.
Yeah, that one was broken
I've
already.
seen this in dojos and
Hey,
stuff.
look,
Jesus, you
You
broke it.
broke
he hit
it.
the broken one on the bottom, so nobody
Yeah. Yep, I just
You got
put
any
it there. Like
patches
I'll
like
glue
that?
it someday.
Well, that's why there's only 4 of us here, because if there were 6 of us, then we'd have to use
It
that.
reminds me
one.
of a patch off like a karate gi or judo or something. You know what I mean? Like the dojo.
I'm telling you,
I think
watch
this
Lost.
is like
It's
a
really
dojo.
good.
Can
If
I
you
have
like
this one?
mystery and like twists and turns
Yeah.
and good character stuff and like cool setting, trust me, watch Lost. Every episode, you're at the end, you're just like, what? Okay, next.
Yeah.
Let me watch the
I've
next
watched
one.
it a couple times.
Yeah, have
Yeah,
you?
I didn't
Watched it
remember
all the
that,
way
though.
through?
I don't think it's been a while.
Yeah, I gotta watch all the way
Don't
through.
get him upset.
Man,
We're
I
not
started
talk-
watching Naked and Afraid
Yeah.
and stopped watching Lost.
Lost is better.
I just remember being at the sign shop and Jeremy like
I've never seen
completely.
Naked and Afraid, I'm just kidding.
I remember being at the sign shop and Jeremy would just be like going nuts about Lost or like the last episode. He'd just
Yep.
yeah.
It's the shit. It's one of those shows that you're like, wait a minute, I want to try to figure out what's happening.
That
here.
was like
Right.
when I watched Prison Break, man. Prison Break was like that too.
Good
that
God,
show was,
that show's so good.
Oh God! And
The first
old
2
Joliet Prison.
seasons,
I want to go. I
wanna
want to
go
get
there.
into old Joliet Prison just because that show was
Yes.
there. and
Lord
it's just-
Dude,
Explorers.
you
that
know what
dude
I'm
goes
doing?
there all the time.
I'm making a shot
Yeah.
list, and I'm getting
Shout
that
out Lord
over the
Explorers.
tower
Yeah, he's
shot
so
for
good.
like,
If you're out there, say the word
at the
shout
beginning
out.
of
the beginning, yeah.
I want that shot.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You guys ever
But
watch
yeah, I
Prison
mean-
Break?
Yeah, I watched it before.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
don't-
finish
I don't like-
watching it.
I don't
though.
Just
like
like the
things to do
opening,
with jail.
the first shot of the opening credits is
Yeah.
going up over the guard tower. Like I want that
Yeah.
drone shot.
Oh, that's
you know,
cool.
I don't like
to
jail
recreate
things.
it. Dude, that show is really
The dude
interesting.
had like the
guy
whole
did- the
map
guy
tattooed
did
on
like-
his
the map of
There's
the prison
so
and the
much-
blueprints on his body.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And it's
Yeah.
hidden,
All right,
and
it's
he
hidden
like
in
has to
tattoos.
figure out his way out and shit.
Yeah.
He's got the blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
man.
Crazy.
They dig tunnels out
He
there.
hides stuff in his skin too to like.
What
get
are you
out.
guys watching in your spare time?
This is 2004, man.
Yeah.
Or no, 2006. Right.
Eastbound and Down and
Loaded up
Eastbound
and
and Down was
trucking.
good.
That
Did
is
you
my
watch that
guy.
show?
You know what else?
Power
I'm
Powers.
happy to hear is coming out.
KP.
They're doing a prequel to The Sopranos.
He said, "Look here,
Tony growing up.
look here, you beautiful
His
bitch. I'm about to
actual,
break
the
your
actor
spine.
John,
Go,
what's his
go.
name,
I'll
that
do it.
passed away?
Yeah.
The guy who played
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Soprano?
James Gandolfini's
His
son.
son's
is gonna
playing
play
him
it.
growing up. It's a prequel to The Sopranos. Oh, I
that's
can't
sick.
wait.
We've been doing.
Sopranos.
Now,
look
The
at me like
Sopranos,
that,
I know
man.
everything about that show, man.
I don't. I
watched
watched
Lisa's
it.
been wanting to watch.
First- I watched,
We've been
like,
watching. I
most
think
of
she watched it. I
Sopranos,
gotta catch up.
but
It's
I
called
didn't
The
watch all the way
Fall.
to the end.
Never heard of that
It's
one.
called The Fall. It was like a
had the whole
Netflix
thing.
of like.
No, I got a
criminal,
thing
like-
with.
Oh, really?
It,
There's
yeah,
so
it's
many,
getting- it
man.
starts out so slow
Don't let them
though,
talk
and then
about
it's like.
Netflix, man.
I think it's
They're gonna
pretty
get
cool.
carried away.
I got
so
a thing
many
with
new
mob
shows.
culture. I can't.
The Sopranos was my thing, man. I hate to
Oh,
see the
man.
last episode.
Can't wait till that prequel shit comes
Yeah.
out.
I'm definitely going to watch it. I just never finished
Christopher
Sopranos.
was my
Like
guy.
season
I went out and
6,
bought the
I just
whole,
kind of
everyone
drifted.
was like,
I was a Christopher fan on Sopranos. That's
Yeah.
my boy.
Never.
When he was all heroed out and he sat on the dog, killed the dog.
yeah, he was fucked up. That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
So what do you
I
got
was-
next?
I always have my eyes open. And I don't know. I
Oh, wait a
think
minute. I guess maybe we shouldn't put out what we're doing next.
Maybe not.
No, I'm all right with mine.
You sure?
Sure.
It's not
His
schools.
voice cracked a little.
It's not schools. That's we were asked.
There's
Right.
so much more.
But fine. But
We did our
they
job.
could, if they wanted to, somebody could listen and then fuck with us based on where we're saying we're
Yeah.
going. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you
Well, next
understand
year
why
we're
I would
gonna-
consider
Yeah.
it at
What I was
least.
about to say, if they get in the back of my van, I would not advise that to you because that's where I'll be when I'm doing what I'm talking about. As far as I'm going to be doing some drive arounds with the GoPro on the dash and drop a little, some nice Barry White music on the background,
man.
maybe some Temptations.
I'm just gonna say,
Are you
I,
recreating the Bang Bus?
yeah, I don't know what's happening right now.
Is it
and
with the mood
all
light?
the late. No, a lot of people have been asking me about those drive arounds, and I haven't been doing them. All I gotta do is throw the GoPro on, turn it on, but go home, edit it, throw some music over it. But
Bang.
I think I'm gonna get it back a little
Get
bit
a
more
lot
of
of hits
those,
on that.
and
Crazy.
just do some ride around, whatever people want to see.
Man, I want to find
I
some
don't want to
farmhouses,
critique you on the
man.
go. But you know what would be a good view on since you have your van, because you do it from inside the windshield, don't you? Mm-hmm. If it's nice out, why don't you put it on the outside of the
I
windshield?
do.
I've
I
done
drive
that.
around lane. I
because when I
got a
raced,
bunch
I
of
raced,
footage driving through
when I
Gary.
raced stock cars, I
With the
raced at
snow and everything.
Ileana, and I put my GoPro on the outside of the
Yeah,
windshield,
I've-
and it was an awesome view too. Like 'cause
I do that.
I
instead
think it
of
would just be too shaky.
No.
Dude, I mean,
It's got a really
I
wide
know you're
angle,
not a
too.
fan
It's
of spending a bunch of money on shitty. I mean, on just
Absolutely
random
not.
equipment, but
Absolutely
like the
not.
new GoPro. I'm not. This isn't a commercial
I know,
for
I
it,
want
but
one, man.
I could barely
holy
afford
shit,
it.
it doesn't move
I want
when
one.
it's on my
Well, how
dash.
much
I
is
remember
that?
showing me that it was like,
How much is that?
like 400
Yeah, see.
plus battery.
$399.
I don't have no. I was gonna ask you if I can borrow your
Double
tripod
down.
when I leave. I'm broke, man.
don't
I
go
thought you
down.
were a tripod.
I'm just saying.
That's what you claimed. I don't know.
So what? He's a snow globe.
I'm just saying.
Should I just take this off before I go take a leak?
No, just
No,
leave it on while
take
you're
it
taking a
with
leak.
You can, yes. Go ahead.
What'd you
I mean,
say?
I would. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
take
let's
it
hear
off.
it. Let's
I don't
hear it.
want
Come on.
to. Yeah, it's that easy.
Kenny Powers, remember? There was
Let's
an
hear the
episode we
stream.
did that. He had the microphone.
Yeah.
He
I'll be right
locked
back.
The guy.
Yep.
Hey, she got that urinal, man.
So I
The
mean,
urinal is sweet.
I have.
Listen, listen.
I mean, we don't.
Listen.
Oh wow.
Quick, you ain't done.
Yeah,
One more.
we don't have to talk about necessarily where we're going. We could just talk
Well,
about places we'd like to go.
I wanted to talk about something real quick. I have an art show coming up.
Oh, so you are plugging.
I am plugging. Why am I not plugging?
I don't know.
Should I
Let's
not
plug.
be plugging?
Like and
I heard
describe.
that.
Like
I
and
can't plug stuff.
Like and describe.
Yeah.
It's the fucking what we do.
I know. I'm just.
We took
messing with you.
pictures, and I got contacted a few months ago about entering a few pictures in an art show.
South Shore
Like
Arts.
they wanted like 5 to 10 urban haunt type pictures, so urban exploration, but something without people in it, just kind of the focusing on the places. And like I said, they asked for like 5 to 10 11 by 17s, so I ended up delivering 17. The focus is
blocking
locked,
camera?
dude. It's not gonna shift.
It's
The
not going
focus
to-
is
you're
locked.
not
It's just
going
gonna
to
be
read.
blurry. It won't see anything.
it won't
it's
see.
it's
No.
locked on right here, right where I'm sitting. You can put on that one for
Yes,
sure.
you can put that on.
Um,
It's South Shore Arts Center, Center for Visual and Performing Arts.
You're out and about. Make sure you go see this shit.
they can't hear you.
1040 Ridge Road in Munster, Indiana. 46321.
So I ended up delivering 17, and they're of like the smallest ones are 12 by 17, and there's like 6 of those, and all the rest are bigger than that. So I sort of over delivered it with a big ass like 5-foot lost to time cutout sign,
Right.
and we got a whole 12 by 14 wall. It's pretty ridiculous.
I have a prediction about this.
I can't wait to see how it looks.
Why does it say
What?
Joe Henderson?
You're gonna win,
Yeah, it does
I'm
not.
kidding.
and you're gonna win with the picture that I told you is
Hey,
gonna
Mike
win.
Kinch.
This is not
That's
happening.
not my picture, you
What's
know.
that?
I know Mike Kinch.
What?
Mike Kinch is one of them.
Have you attended this fair
Joey
yet?
Lax Salinas.
Have I
Nice.
what?
Have you went to this art show yet? No,
What's
you
that,
have
Bob?
not
It
submitted
hasn't
anything.
started until the
Okay,
8th.
that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I sent
So
them all
as
the
of
stuff.
tonight, I can make a prediction. If it comes true, you can't deny it. You can look back and say, you told me.
That
right
one?
here.
You think that one's gonna do
This right
something?
here.
What
That
is
is-
this,
Where can
man?
you get
I don't know about this.
I can just put it in the video, I guess.
Yeah.
It's what don't no, that doesn't do
Monster.
anything. It's the camera's up there. What are you doing right now?
What is going on?
See this
I
picture
don't know
right
what's
here?
happening.
Anyway,
I know
now I'm
people
just
on this
messing-
list. That's
Anyway,
pretty
he
cool.
took this picture in Steeltown Records
Man, I got
of the
some awesome
kitchen,
pictures
and I think it's the
too,
most
man.
awesome picture I've taken in a long time. I actually have it for a thumbnail somewhere like that on mine too, because I was there and I was with them. But I think this right here is your winner.
No, I think.
I mean,
if you
wait,
would've
I'll
framed-
show you guys. I wasn't going to show anybody the pictures I actually selected because I want people to come out and
right.
see it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I showed you
Showed
all
me.
I'm
17.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
showed me
special.
too.
I showed you all 17.
You
Yeah.
Dude, this
Yeah.
is
You
badass.
showed me all
man.
17 too.
Did I really?
I would like to go to this.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what
Okay,
picture
well,
you should have
whatever,
really
fuck off.
used that would have won?
I will show nobody
Man, I got
anything then.
awesome-
If you
You
would
have
have
enough
used the picture,
self-plugging.
if you would have used the picture of us getting ready to box, that would have been perfect. That's real. That I mean,
In front of the Steel Town Records?
yeah, that
There you
that
go.
should have been that would have been the winner.
Yeah, man.
You guys could just like wrestle or something, you know,
You know what we should just do? We should just like
Roman Greco style.
let's in the middle of the Methodist church. Let's run one of them blow up like boxing rings with the
Hell
giant
no.
blow up gloves and just.
Don't get him. No. We've done that before, actually, but we'll leave that alone. We had a wrestling ring in a garage. It was the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
I'm not talking right. I'm talking like
You know,
you
it's
got
that
the blow up
crazy, right?
gloves that like
The big, huge gloves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you take over there, Steve.
I got wild.
So
That would be
are
cool.
we on like a strict no trespassing sign policy? Like, is that a thing now? Like, because we've never really cared one way or the other before. Like, is that? I'm just curious. It just popped into my head. Is
He
that
does
like
not speak for
a
us. He's
thing
speaking
going
for himself.
forward? Are we
I do care.
like? I've never noticed before. If
Me
a
either.
place
It's just
is
like-
wide open, I walk
Yeah,
in.
if it's wide
That's
open, man.
I
I thought that
don't.
was like
If
untold
somebody
rule.
cared enough about somebody trespassing, it feels like they would
They would-
lock the place up
right,
securely
exactly.
and stay on it. Like, so I figure if something's open enough that other people are walking in and out of it,
And
then
I'm
it's
pretty
okay
sure
for me to
there's
walk in and out of it.
There's laws where
But I
stuff's
mean, I
abandoned,
don't
it's
want to
abandoned.
get charged with shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to get trespassing.
filming.
You know, but I mean, what does that amount to? A
Filming and taking
fine?
But I
pictures.
feel like
Look at
most
these guys.
Criminal trespass.
These guys went in and took pictures of the place. I mean, why can't
And
we?
they got out a postcard.
But I mean, it's pretty simple.
Right, they made a book. I mean, I have my own page. Like,
So
I'll show you when
maybe-
we're
Oh
done.
man, that's cool.
It's pretty neat.
Man,
I'm
I got
sure it
some
says
pictures.
don't trespass in a
I mean,
couple of
there's-
spots. They got them.
No.
It's really the only places you really notice it is the schools, which we were asked professionally to not, so we don't have to. That's the schools.
You
We
don't see a
have
lot
to-
of no trespassing signs around. You really
But
don't.
we don't have. That's the only real place that it's at, and we don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that. I mean, and then anywhere else. I mean, basically, if there's no signs or anything, then
I just
it's-
don't
it's
remember.
not-
Have there not
no,
been
there's not
signs
really
anywhere?
been. There's not really been. No, I mean, most of it's. And I mean, a worst case scenario.
Like that one church we haven't edited yet. I haven't edited yet. Did that one have any no
No,
trespassing
nothing. It
signs?
had nothing. And,
I mean, to be fair, it was a little tiny window we slid through, but still.
But no, and here's the
We
thing
didn't
too.
hurt
Like, I
anything.
mean, if there's somewhere we really want to get, and whatever, they, we spoke with them and they said just go apply for the permit. So if there's somebody we really wanted to, and we were really worried about it being an issue, we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario.
Well, it's my understanding that there's a couple places, specifically the train station and the old church that we always go to,
Yeah.
that there's films that require to go in there with permits.
Yeah. Oh,
And they have
actually-
to pay for those permits.
You can get
So they are
permits.
linked
Yeah.
by the Film Commission of Gary.
Dude, I heard you can get permits to where the cops will sit outside
Yes.
the building
Yeah.
while
Yes.
you go in there.
Yes.
From what I was told, it was for Nightmare on Elm Street was filmed.
Okay, just
Jesus. They were.
just don't
Jesus was filmed.
don't
in
rub
Martyrs.
it. Just kind of set it down or something.
No
So-
more Marble Reds for you.
So Transformers was filmed at Portland Cement. There was, Portland Cement was Chernobyl. The scene when they're outside.
Yeah.
Sound like you had balls of steel.
I do.
But no, Portland Cement was a film spot, and so was the church. They paid $25 for their film permit, and that's what
And that's what Gary wants to encourage people to come to Gary because it's cheap to get a permit.
Yeah.
You film there. And you know what? I hope that works because Gary's a great spot for a lot of
yeah.
if you
You
need
know
that
what?
kind
If
of
I
urban
could go,
setting.
if I could
it's
go film a
awesome.
place, whatever, and not have anything to worry about. Say there's 5 of us, we all threw in $5. I'd pay $5.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Right. If but do you think, like, with our history, so to speak, like with the stuff we've put out, do you think that anybody is going to say, yeah, let's let them in there now?
Why not? We
I don't
haven't done
know.
anything
I'm
wrong.
asking. I'm curious.
I would
I
think that
think
they'd be
they-
happy to see us.
I think they might actually be because we're doing exactly what they asked us to do.
What are we doing wrong? I'm very proud of what we do.
I'm
Well,
just
I
saying.
know, but like, would they want us to say there's just some random building we find,
Yeah.
and we
Example.
call and ask for a permit to go in there to document the building in the state that it's in? Do you think they're going to let us? Do you think they want us to do that?
But here, they want us to do that. But you know what? If they say no, what they'll probably do is no. If you want to film at that location, that is not our say. You need to contact this person to film that.
It is. That's
And
how it is now.
That's exactly. So they're going to
But
tell
if
us.
it is their say, you think they would want us to expose potentially another building?
But they're fine.
Is there anything in it for them?
Who cares? It's gonna be gone
Is there
soon.
anything
It's
in
gonna
it
be
for
gone.
them for us to be showing these rotting
I think
places?
I think
Is there
there's
anything
more
in it?
thorns on this bush than you guys are looking at. For
Yeah.
one, it's an insurance matter.
Yeah.
If you're going to say, Gary says, okay, you can go inside the Palace Theater
Right.
and go upstairs and the whole thing collapses because you got 3 or 4 guys walking
Right,
up at
they'd
once.
never let anybody in there.
It's an insurance thing now, so
Yeah.
they can't do that. They can't tell you yes or no. So there you are. You're on the middle of the fence. It's your
Yeah.
call.
Yeah. But like place like Palace, it's just.
I was teeing you
It's
up
too
there,
gone
Paul.
now.
But here,
you just
they
didn't
said
take it
if
at
they're
all.
giving.
I was teeing you up there. Is there
Here.
anything in it for them if we film that stuff?
Is there anything in it for them? For who? To Gary?
For Gary, is there anything
yeah.
in it for
They
Gary
get
if
their,
we
they get their
film
permit. They get their money.
and show that a building is just sitting there rotting? Is there anything in it for him?
Yes.
Thanks, Paul. And that's the end of the podcast.
Yes. But here, I mean, you got.
Come on, you're not being a good interviewer.
What do
then.
you mean? I queued you up 7 times.
If you are interviewing me specifically out of the group, then let me know and ask me your
I
question.
mean, I looked right at you a
my
bunch of times.
people contacted your people before we did this podcast. You know better. So go ahead. What is your question again? I love this guy. Man.
I don't think there's anything in it for them to let us get a permit to go into these buildings or houses or whatever.
And my answer is there's something very big for them.
What? Well, okay, go
There
on.
is.
What?
Okay.
What's in it for them?
Some nice
Why you ask
pictures.
it like that? Why can't you just ask me nicely?
Go on. Go on.
All right.
I was digressing.
Steve, would you please tell us?
It's Paul, but
I know.
Oh my God.
Would you please tell us, Phil?
I'm not Phil.
Could you nicely tell us, Steve?
Are you like Johnny Carson? This is your psychic man over
You
here?
wanted to be
Hell
asked
no.
nicely.
All right, anyway, let me get to
Phil?
the point. Yes, there is something in for Gary if we go film this stuff on YouTube and they don't get any money from us. And here it is. It draws attention to the situation and the problem in Gary about the abandoned buildings. We all know that the city of Gary wants those buildings down. It's not like they're fighting to keep them up.
You think
they
so?
don't have the money to do it. They don't have the resources. And if we put a spotlight on it by doing what we do,
We can get grants.
they can get grants to tear these buildings down.
Why? Because people
I love
complain
you, Gary,
and
Indiana.
shit.
Huh?
Do you think because people watch it and then complain?
Because
or?
it's the right thing to do. My heart tells me so. Because I see so many blocks they've wiped out and put
Well, I
brand new
just mean,
cul-de-sacs
why
up.
is us doing it leading to that? Is it because then people
Oh,
see it and
I
they'll-
hope so.
You know what I mean? Like, do
I
you think
hope
that's
so.
the cause and
I think
effect
it
there?
could be they
Yeah,
don't
I
want
hope
to
so.
do. They need that footage, but they would have to almost pay someone to go in and get that kind of footage. But
To
it wouldn't,
prove
Sure.
but
that
it wouldn't
it's-
be safe for them.
If you take
Right.
everything I've done and everything that you guys have done, that we've done and you guys have done, you're talking, you got 3 years worth of footage for a TV show. I mean, come on. We've done a lot. I just don't want to be, I'm kind of like Joe when it comes to that. I hate to say it, but he's always joked with me that he doesn't want to be famous. He doesn't want all that pressure, and neither do I. I just want to draw some attention to Gary because everybody's like, what can
Right
I
now,
do?
the content is key.
Yeah, but
Whatever the
here's what I'm
content,
saying.
that's
what can
the
I do for
focus.
you? What can I do for you? This is what I can do for Gary. This is why I do what I do. I love Gary. I love it. I feel bad for the kids who have to look at these buildings and these dangerous structures. It's not the mayor's fault. She didn't build them. It's not the children's fault. They have nothing to do with it. All the schools are closed down.
All I'm
There's
saying is somebody
garbage
should
and litter
fucking do
everywhere.
something.
It's very depressing to see how some people have let this city go. And I'm not talking about the elected
It is
officials.
what it is,
It's
man.
not-
It's
What
too
about the
late.
neighbors? What about the person down the street? What about the groups at church? What about everybody else? Huh? What about taking the guys in jail and letting them get out for the day, clean the streets?
Yeah.
What about taking all the boards and painting on them and putting them up on the buildings from little kids? Hey, Mom, look, I painted that.
Yeah.
It'll look a lot better. There's a lot of things we could do, but here we are.
I mean,
Stone spoken.
I feel the only reason we've been doing it is because I know that at some point this shit's going to be gone.
Yep.
Like it
Saving
will be
history.
gone, and it's either saving it's showing the people from the previous generation what it was or
Right.
what it is now, and then the next generation what it was.
Well,
So
And it's fun.
And I think people,
yeah, absolutely,
That's
it's
the
fun.
most important part to
we-
me.
It's exciting.
we
I love
can't-
doing it.
We can't go back, and there's not a lot of old films. You mean we find some pictures and stuff, but there's
You
not a
mean
lot.
to schools
Yes, there's not a lot of
anymore?
there's not a lot of pictures, and there's not a lot
Right.
of stuff from before. We can't. I mean, you can maybe find a couple walkthrough videos from like right before they closed, but
Yeah.
you can't find any current stuff of what the building was recently. So I think what we're doing is we're allowing people
Documenting.
to imagine what it was like being there because they can't go back and they can look at old pictures, but they can't go back and walk down this hallway
Right.
and be like, man, if they don't have that visual of walking down that hallway as it is now, they can't make that visual of what it was.
Right, because you can sort of picture it.
You can
clean.
picture what it was like,
Right.
even
You remember
even
it.
completely destroyed.
Yeah,
even
if you were
completely
there,
destroyed.
you definitely remember.
I do.
You're nowhere
Yeah.
near the.
We're two
Yeah.
of them right here.
Yeah,
I can see Lou Wallace in all
Man.
of its grandeur.
I can picture Lou
Those
Wallace
yellow-ass
what it
walls.
was like, and I never seen it when it was other than pictures.
Right.
You know, I remember
A
most
few
of Lou Wallace.
walkthroughs that were shot vertically. Son of a bitch.
I remember the entrances,
Yeah,
the cafeteria, and the gymnasium
yeah.
of Lou Wallace very, very distinctively. And that trophy cabinet that was across
The hallway, yeah.
The hallway. I remember that. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot
and
of.
you can't, like I said, the documentation of these they're not out there. So I think getting them on film in any building that's in decay, it lets people, and not every person's going to have pull the same image.
Well, the damage is done.
It's
Yeah,
done. There's
it
nothing
is
we can
what
do
it
at this
is,
point.
man.
So
I mean-
get it
Well,
now.
no, it's like what goes from here? Like what the hell's
It's literally there's
All
nothing
kinds
left.
of things.
There's nothing left to do but tore them down. I mean, most of them are trash to the point where you can't do anything.
even
with
all
them.
those supplies in the school corporation building?
Yeah,
You
no,
can't
they're
do
down.
anything
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can't. Some
They're
of them
garbage,
just can't.
man.
Some of them are.
Stinks.
There's some stuff in there that you could probably clean
Or
and it'd
send
be
to, like, a
fine.
But
third
you
world
can't get some of
country or
that stuff
something?
that's even though it's not moldy, it's been in contact with it, and you can't.
What
give
about those
that to
countries that they can't afford pencils and shit for the kids? So they can give all that stuff to them, man. Like they do when the championship, like a team.
River,
don't-
can you go get me one of these, please?
Like when a team
Winning.
like when a team don't win a championship,
No, just
they already
one.
had shirts printed out.
Right.
They send those like third world countries for people to wear.
you know that?
I seen that.
Yeah, the wrong team when the
You know,
wrong
there's
team
a
wins.
third world country wearing Rams jerseys right now.
Yeah,
I kind of want one. I wish it was true.
Me
I'm
too.
telling you, they make
You
them
know-
ahead of time so they can sell them on the
Right,
day.
Yeah.
But a
Super
lot of those
Bowl
supplies,
champion
though.
jerseys. Yeah.
Why
Give
can't
them
they
to
ship
somebody
some of those
else.
supplies overseas
Or they
over
could
to a
have
country?
shipped them old books too.
Gary
Yeah,
Bolton,
all that stuff. The
Gary Bolton
papers,
Screw.
everything.
Yeah,
Gary Bolton Screw.
all the clothes in there.
Gary Bolton Screw.
Why are you saying it
There's-
in the wrong
Screw
order?
and bolt.
You know what
It's
I
a
am.
B.
Because you know how I am.
Just to be
That
different.
right there is an example. If you read about it, it tells the whole scandal. That was all supposed to be about kids
Yeah.
and sending stuff. How terrible! And don't you
All
know what? Don't
rotten.
play the bad card on me for recording it.
Gary Urban Enterprises.
And the people that all ran it, that's what that Ralph's Foods was in Miller. They ran that too. That we did that one.
Yeah.
The state shut them down.
They completely just ripped off everything, and everybody went to jail. And that was that.
I
And
read
we have
about
to sit
that.
here and look at it 10 years later.
The state shut that shit down.
But,
Thank
yeah,
you,
I mean,
River.
it's-
Don't shake it.
But you know,
Thank you very
without
much.
actually having something to picture, you can't visualize.
Right.
You can't. I mean, some people could visualize what it was, but having the video, I mean, it helps. So I mean, and that's,
I love doing it. I just love doing what we do.
and that's my whole thing. Like,
It's a passion.
I mean, if you go through my phone right now, I have so many pictures saved from like the yearbooks and that's
Yeah,
all,
man.
when I'm walking
That's how
around
my
there, I'm
phone
looking
looks.
like, man, was this that spot? And then when I find that spot, it's just like,
Yeah.
obviously you get the
Right.
picture, but before you take the picture, you sit there and you have to picture it yourself
I
too.
love pictures.
Like you sit there and you're like,
You're like me, man. I do
Yeah.
that a lot,
You're
man.
like,
I got
man,
all
this
kinds
was-
of
this was right here, like,
screenshots of
this was
pictures of
somebody,
places.
like,
wow, check
somebody
that out,
was
we were
proud
there.
to have their picture taken in the yearbook
Right.
on these steps.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Now it's like, you know what I mean? It's just completely, it's a shame, but I mean,
It's a bunch of disrespectful little kids, vandals, and scrappers.
yeah, they're going in there just beating for no
I
We have no
genuinely
attachments to it.
hope that they bump up security on that shit and catch those people.
I see.
I
I'll
would hope-
report them.
here's-
Sorry, if
here's
I
the
see you
thing, though.
scrapping, I'm gonna
Because
report
to
your
catch
asses.
people like us is
Yeah.
I'm
such
not
a
scared.
waste of time.
The right thing is the right thing.
Oh,
if
we're
I
doing
see,
taking
Yeah.
pictures.
if
man.
I see somebody like graffiti, as far as not graffiti, but I don't think, but busting windows and destroying things, or doing something like that, I'll call the police. I don't care.
But
I
here's
don't
the
care.
thing too. It also takes
tearing
so
up
the
our
people
stuff,
who,
man.
it's the neighbors who are calling and saying, "Hey, there's some explorers going in there." Right? It's
Right.
them. It's not. They don't have.
A
Time.
lot of them, they see your
too late.
cameras and stuff. They
Yeah,
don't
but,
even
some
bother
of them
you.
people
do.
get pissed
Some
off
of them
about
do,
the
but
fact
some
that,
of them
that
get-
it's showing that stuff in that condition and
Exactly,
not the
but
fact that it's in that condition.
The
Right.
people. So you have
You
the
know?
neighbors that are getting mad.
Yep.
That's the viewers that are just like, this is
Wow.
why is
But-
it in that condition? And then
but
it
you
puts
have the-
heat on people, and they're like, it
been like
shouldn't
that
have
for
been
a
in
while.
that condition. But then they're mad at us
For
for
showing it.
showing it in that condition. And
Well,
it's
it's
like,
fun
focus on the
exploring it.
right problem.
It's the neighbors here. It's the neighbors though that are usually the ones who notify and complain about
Right.
it. Right. If they can see us, why don't they see the scrappers? Why aren't they calling on them and the people who are actually the problem?
How many times you heard me say this? I don't see nobody selling drugs. I don't see nobody breaking in cars. I don't see nobody shooting. I don't see nobody drunk down the street. I don't see nobody burning up the house. Hey, you guys, what do you do with those cameras? No, I don't play that. It's too late. The
Even if it
damage is
wasn't
done.
for
I will not
YouTube.
show that neighbor's house.
Yeah.
I don't want to show their house, but I have every right to film whatever I want.
Yeah.
And if there's 4 houses in a row that are burnt up, it's probably going to attract my attention because I'm curious.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. And hopefully by doing this, we will get these streets
Dude, if
The
Gary
government-
could turn around, man, if
Yeah.
they
Right.
could,
Yeah,
if
all
they,
right.
And
think
doesn't take
about
that
if they
much.
It's such a
cleared all
good
those
location.
lots.
You have
Yeah.
I-65. You have,
Houses.
It's
and those
the
apartments.
coastline. If they eventually got rid of the mills
Oh,
or whatever
man.
and redeveloped
but
it
they're
as
not
beach,
getting rid of the
Oh, my
mills.
God.
But you don't have
Open
to.
the mills for urban explorers. Let them go explore the mills.
You don't have to
Yeah.
get rid of the mills though. Just the area.
I'm just saying, some billionaire developer will eventually buy that whole coastline and just fucking.
Right.
They won't buy the mills, but I mean, if you don't have to necessarily buy the mills, the housing.
You don't think we could redirect that into something else?
The
mills are
going to
filthy.
be there. The mills are going to be there. That stuff is contaminated.
It's
the
filthy over
chemicals
there,
and
man.
stuff they've done there, you're
Yeah,
never
look
getting
at
that.
Chicago. They had
It's
the
filthy. It
You're
is.
never
clean
getting,
that shit up?
never getting that land back. No,
man,
it's cost so much. You're better off leaving
so
it.
gone.
Yeah.
The same with BP.
It's
They're,
like they
they're
did in
never going to do
Chicago.
anything with
They
it.
closed the whole neighborhood
The
down.
water,
It's
too.
like Chernobyl. They're never going to do anything with Chernobyl.
God,
Just
I
not
want
to
That's
throw-
like the ultimate.
That is the
explorer.
ultimate explorer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Social Rec,
But
who wanted to
still.
do the Chernobyl Explorer. Remember that, Joe?
Oh, hello.
When he was talking about going out there, he said, "Why do you want to see?" He goes, "I want to see the people."
Yeah.
Remember?
For fuck's
There ain't no
sake.
people.
You remember that?
But here, you're
No,
never.
it's
Remember when you did the
I
podcast?
don't
You see the
remember
fish with
saying
5
that.
eyes
You don't.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't remember
We were
saying that.
dying laughing. Oh, anyway, I just
What's
don't
Yeah,
gonna
it's
draw people-
ridiculous.
We're like, where would you want to go?
Yeah.
He's like, the Romania or
Yeah.
Neverland or whatever.
Yeah.
And Butch is like, Chernobyl. I said, why? He goes, I want to see the people.
I want to hit Mike
That
Tyson's
was it.
abandoned mansion.
Oh, Mike Tyson,
there you go.
yeah.
Shout out to Social Rec if you hear me.
But-
Peace, man. Throw a peace
I
out
want to do
there.
abandoned
But
amusement
here,
parks.
They got that'd be cool.
I love the
There's
decay,
I know a
man.
couple. But here you got like, I think the way it's going to come back is it's the convenience. People live in Chicago in the city because it's convenient because everything's there.
Yeah.
Gary is actually very convenient, and it's going to come back because of where
That's
it's located.
prime location.
You
man.
have
That's why it
You have
started.
to
That's why
America,
Gary
man.
started
you have
there.
all the railroads still go through there.
right.
All the,
Nothing has
major
changed except to
highways.
how stuff. You have toll road runs through there. 94, I-65, South Shore,
Crossroads of
rail
America,
yards.
baby.
You have everything. The problem is that there's no jobs there currently. There's no jobs
Man,
there
I wish they would have
currently.
brought Amazon there.
Yeah, if they can bring Amazon there or bring
be
stuff
a-
that's
You
gonna.
never know. It might
Be a
happen in a
fresh
couple
start,
years.
man.
But
But
if
get
it-
the ball rolling.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
would
seen.
go work for them.
They've done some neighborhoods though. They've done some neighborhoods though, like right there on Washington Street.
Yeah,
you have those
man.
new houses right there.
Nice.
You could start. It's possible to
I
do it.
see
It'll happen.
A lot.
If they started
It's gonna
tearing
take a
shit
while.
down,
I see a lot of
eventually it's going to turn
improvement.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
man.
think they're not tearing up
A
Broadway
lot.
from Maryville all the way to downtown for nothing?
Yeah,
They're up to something. I'm telling you, man. Look at it. Got
Do
all
you
those
see how
buildings.
far down Broadway now it's dead? Like
They're letting
towards
it, man.
Maryville, I
It's getting
mean?
into Maryville now. Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Like all the way through
Dude,
past
Glen
the
Park.
police station.
Glen Park was
in
always a nice
Maryville
part
is
of
like
Gary.
Yeah.
it's like a
Like
ghost
those
town.
houses?
I don't
Yes.
understand
I
it.
drove through the neighborhood next there. The I forget the name of it. The historic
people-
neighborhood just to the east of Lou Wallace there.
Morningside.
Morningside. There you go. One of those houses has a slate roof on it.
Yeah, man.
A
see-
slate
I know
roof.
exactly what house you're talking
That's big money.
Yeah, man.
Those houses are
we
they're
used
crazy.
to walk through
And you don't
there,
think
go
any
to Burger King.
scrappers out there know that?
Oh no, it's an active house.
I'm just saying though.
Yeah.
The
There's
minute
some
you move
beautiful
out of
houses
there,
over there.
that's I was told. I'm not gonna say his name, but who we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
How about that? Told me, he goes, that is one of the biggest problems in Gary. He says, somebody goes in there and tries to do something, like say they buy a house,
Fix
and
it
you put
up,
your
yeah.
money in, you put your money in there,
So you
and
don't-
at 8 o'clock you go home, and you come back at 4 o'clock after working your regular job and going to fix up your new home, and scrappers come there and told everything,
Yep.
and they destroyed what you did.
It's the scrappers.
No mercy
Yeah,
here.
man.
It's the scrappers or the.
I hate
mean,
these
they
scrappers.
destroyed the school so bad.
Oh,
And
Go get a
man.
job.
to dig up an entire hallway.
Oh, at
They even
what
did
was
that
that
at that
at?
old
There's been 3 or 4
Forest
schools
North.
we see like
yeah.
that.
The old nursing home on Mount Street.
Yeah.
All
These
the
are
way
not
down the
some
halls
kids
is
either.
busted up. Like
These
if you had a
scrappers are not
jackhammer
some
in
kids
there,
with
man.
that.
The shit where they do it behind the toilets and go all the way
Yeah.
up the brick wall.
They know
it's
what
like
they're
that's
doing.
some work.
They're
They know what they're
That's
doing
some
though.
goddamn effort.
You
I
know,
don't
they
care
dig
what
a
you
trench
say.
in the concrete.
It
to
seems
get
like it'd be
pipes.
easier
Man,
to
that's
work at a
lot of
gas
work.
station.
Think it's a couple kids who found a
Yeah.
chainsaw? No, look at the work.
It's not
You kill
kids.
them.
They've been doing it, and
That's right.
they know too. They know because the minute the schools are empty, they
And I guarantee you, all
I had a
at this
buddy
table,
move out of that. No, he was gone 3 days.
Whoever's
They
doing
stripped
it-
his house.
here's the sad thing.
There.
Whoever's
Done.
doing it, because it's always been going on since we were kids.
yeah
Whoever does it, you know what the saddest thing about it all is?
they live
They're
there.
from Gary. You
Yeah,
got
they
it
live
right.
there and don't care. They live there and don't care.
Same, man.
And they probably are the same people.
It's your
who are-
neighbor, the guy 3 streets over that I see when I was going down. Oh man, I'm going back.
and they're probably
And everybody goes, I don't see nothing.
yeah, but that neighbor is probably also the one complaining that Gary's the state it's in.
Absolutely.
You're part of the problem.
Hypocrites.
You're part of the problem because if you wouldn't went in and scrapped that building and destroyed it, they could have sold it.
Yeah, they could have
They could
used
have
it for
sold
something
it,
for the
done
community.
something. They could
It's
have
like
done something with it.
It's like selling heroin and complaining about overdoses.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay,
Woo!
well, we've been talking for a while, so we're going to wrap
That's a
it
lot
up.
of pictures. I think I can load everything.
I think everybody needs to plug their shit.
That's a lot of thumbnails.
So, Charlie, let's start that way. What do you got? Where can people find you online? What should they check you
I
out
prefer Instagram. I mean, I have Facebook, but it's Instagram's so cool because it's all, mostly pictures. You don't have to browse throughout. So if you go at Diffie Smooth,
You want to spell that?
not Jiffy, it's Diffie with a D. Woo! Smooth, not smooth. 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 Yeah. Diffie Smooth. It's at Diffie Smooth. I'm the only one out there.
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
at
you'll find
Comeuppance
it.
everywhere on all the internets.
Comeuppance with two
He's
E's.
on all the internet.
Go to don'tevo.com
Don't
for
Devo.
the YouTube stuff. I just got a clever redirect. It's, you can just buy websites for
Yeah, and
like
if you like-
$15 and
go for
and
it.
then you just fucking direct it to your YouTube channel.
Sounds good. Buy me
Really?
one.
And if you
Yeah.
like
Buy me
Joel's,
one.
Come up with something.
Was it
Let's do
GoDaddy
it.
or
Come
something?
up with something short that
Yeah.
works, that's yours, that's available
I just told
as a
you.
website. You have to check GoDaddy.com. Go check it out and see. Type in the site you want. Find something really fucking short. I got don'tevo.com.
Why don't you go to
I can't believe that worked.
don'tever.com and
I also got doingbirds.com. I'm going to have that
Doing
over to a
Birds.
merch site eventually.
yeah,
That's
let's
gonna
not
go to-
forget about all your. I mean, if you guys like his videos that he does with the schools and stuff, I mean, you do other videos for events, businesses. Anything.
Yeah, if anybody's looking for me to weddings.
Anything.
I've done weddings. I do weddings. Whatever kind of video you need. If you like my style, then you know what you're gonna get. Hit me
Check
up.
that out.
What do you got? What do you got, Mr. King?
hello everyone out there.
Okay.
Still City Storm. For those watching it on my page, I want to throw a couple
Is it
things
really?
up.
Yes,
See,
100%.
now-
Look at this shit, guys. You ready for this exclusive?
I'm gonna wait.
You
until
are
they're
gonna
done
wait
talking
because
over
this is way more
But you gotta
important than
do it now
whatever
before
you were gonna
somebody
say.
else does it.
What?
You got to take this before we post this, okay?
It's live. We should.
You
end
you
the
are
live?
gonna have to spend
$2.99.
$2.99. Okay, you're gonna have to spend $2.99. SteelCityStorm.com, motherfucker. It's
You better do
available.
it now though, because we're
Somebody
live.
takes it.
You better
It's
do it now.
available.
Somebody will take it.
Go ahead, rip me off. I
Don't
dare
do
you.
it. Don't anybody
Go
watching
ahead.
this
I'm
take
buying
that.
it.
Go
Dude,
ahead.
you need to get
He's gonna buy it and
SteelCityStorm.com
run it to you.
and then redirect that to your YouTube channel.
He's gonna buy it and run it to him.
How much better is that to redirect people to your YouTube
that'd be
channel?
cool.
Just go to SteelCityStorm.com.
I thought that divine fate and destiny would follow me, and I'm just going with YouTube. Everybody else,
But,
you can
but
do
it
the
will
links.
send you to YouTube.
Yeah, I know what it does.
Oh, okay. Well, then why is that not
I'm gonna check
easier?
that out too, man. That's pretty cool.
It'll literally just type it
Because
in and
I
goes
tell
to that
everybody I'm
page.
exclusively on YouTube, and they just go to YouTube.
Right, that's a link to get you to your
Rolling.
YouTube channel, is
Right.
what I'm saying.
They just go to
Rolling.
YouTube though instead of getting a link.
So do you want to make it harder for them?
Why was my introduction the way it was? And like we're leaving, and he got to plug his channel. He got to plug his channel.
Look.
And now
I'm typing in don'tever.com,
We
okay?
need to buy.
Look, boom, I'm on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
It's not like you're going
Oh,
to
I
a
see.
site and then going to
Right
it. It
to it.
literally just redirects it to
Site.
that page. It
$2.99.
works. $2.99. You need that website regardless, even if you do nothing
If
with
I buy it right now, can I give it to him?
Like, no, you
Don't
can't. He's
buy
got to
my
have his own
website.
You
website.
need to get on it before somebody does. It's here for 2 years. You get the domain for 2 years. It's
For
$20.
two-
I'll buy-
$20.98.
I'll buy it when I get home.
Somebody's
Anyway.
gonna do
You
it
guys
wrong.
better not.
Anyway, it's my turn.
Big
Ready?
Tone's watching now. Go ahead. What do you got?
Big Tone.
Oh, hello!
Tone.
You like my sick track jacket, Tone?
Everybody that you're watching this on my page, the Steel City Storm page, if you want to see us sitting around the table and talking, the actual audio and video, make sure you go to
don'tever.com.
and you can see that what you've been watching while we've been talking is all the pictures that I've had stored in different files over time. Some are me way back in the day. So anyway, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell for all the latest notifications. We will be having a lot of things coming up soon, and we will not be doing any more schools on the page, but there's so much more out there that I think it's going to kind of push us in a direction that's going to be even more fun. I enjoy the adrenaline rush. Schools don't really do it for me, so what we got is what we got, and that's it. Once again, thank you to the people of Gary, Indiana, for your support. I would like to thank the police in Gary and everybody out there who's so cool, who welcomes us with open arms. want you guys to understand we do nothing but show love, and that's all we're trying to do. We would never bash on Gary. We know it's nobody's fault. It is what it is, and we're just there to document it.
Right, everybody's just doing their job.
That's right. So there it is. Steel City Stone. Go check me out. Hit that subscribe. You know, we got a lot of fun things coming down the line. Hopefully the channel's gonna grow more and more and more. And who knows, maybe we'll throw a big old summertime bash or something. You know, have people come out and hang out. So anyway,
Let's do it.
Jen asked if she can buy the website and up the price.
You know what I think we need to,
oh, I'm in trouble. She got in on it now.
I think we all need to go hit like an indoor go-kart track. That'd be I
cool.
feel like that'd be pretty
There's
sick.
everything out there.
That'd be pretty sick.
There's so much.
I'm
for
not
us to
saying
do out
abandon
there.
one, Paul. I'm
No, I mean, yeah.
I want to actually.
We pushing each other.
All right. Speaking of go kart, you used to work at one, didn't you?
Chips
Did you
go-karts.
plug your shit online,
No,
Paul?
no.
Chips go karts?
Did you tell him your
off
website?
Grant Street?
Yeah, he plugged it.
Yeah, it's gone. We tried to look for remnants of that go kart.
Remember when we pulled behind
Monster
that truck
Junction.
stop? We looked at that
Remember
go
Monster
kart place.
Junction? That's still.
Right.
I think
He
so.
used to
That's
work.
empty.
His little kid used to give him free
Chips
go
go karts.
Chips go-karts.
We stack tires,
Gary,
sweep
Indiana.
up, and cut the grass. He loves riding all day long.
Put that thing a little closer to your
Yeah,
mouth.
you'll be
Say what
like,
you want to say, brother. Talk about it. Tell about your page. Tell about your
Tell
pictures.
people what you do. You know what I
gonna
mean?
Check me out,
And where they can
Midwest
find you.
Flesh, on YouTube.
Midwest Flesh.
he'll tattoo your name.
You can
on
get
it.
me. Yeah,
Your name on your ass.
you can also come see me at Jamie's Custom Tattoos in Portage, Indiana. I've been there 15 years now. Same shop. We do all custom work. Check us out. We got a Facebook. You can Google Map the shop, and we got tons of photos. I got a lot of photos of my work on there.
We're gonna hold a contest to auction off, for somebody to get one of Sawyer's drawings tattooed
I
on
think
him.
we should.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, my son tattooed me when he was like 9. He did his name on me right there.
He did the
Yeah,
tattoo.
That's
gloves were
awesome.
huge on him. Machines were real heavy, you know. But yeah,
That's cool.
I mean,
yeah,
everybody else that
that
worked at
too.
the shop at the time let him tattoo him.
Hello to my kids and my baby and my mom out there. I love you guys.
I had my wife, Brandy. I'll be home soon.
I swear.
I know you miss me. I miss you too. I'm starving.
Cue that culture.
Did you know,
song. I know you miss me. I know you miss
Did
me.
you know Aldi's is coming out with their own brand of nuts?
Oh man, here you bite.
All these
Go.
nuts.
Yeah, Aldi's nuts.
Are you gonna tell us when to fade out this time? Or you let us keep rambling?
I mean, you can talk if you want, but this is the end of the podcast.
God bless you guys out there.
See
Gary,
you next
Indiana, we
time.
love you.
Subscribe
Gary,
and shit.
stay strong.
Peace.
We love you out there.
Next time I want this mic.
You said next time I want this mic.
Next time I want this mic.
Right, in it? It's definitely a
can't
better
next
vibe.
time.
I feel like when I'm that one, though, I'm like Ricky Bobby.
That's all we
I don't know
like.
what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
See you
Hey, man, it's all
later.
about-
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.